I found a way to actually. Well, I'll tell you once we go live.
We are live, actually.
Oh, we're live! Yay! Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are live.
RJ, I've lost visual.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had to check. I had to do a quick check on here. Yeah, there we go.
Cool. All right. Well, welcome back to another good old round of Nicole. I don't even know where I was going with that one. That was a nice fumble opening. Alrighty. Anyways, welcome back.
We are back with another episode of Nicole with RJ and Nicole and Joel.
RJ and Nicole Joel. Sure. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Nicole Joel.
So, anyways, I've finally found the way to describe the four conquerable characters.
Really?
Yep. There's Smug Smart Boy trademark. Football Gary Oak, Tsundere Alabama Boy, and Persona 5's Joker /L.
It gets... oh, good, I'm laughing at these so much. Anyways, so I'm also setting up on our host area. So now I got a host on for my channel. So there we go. Anyways, good descriptions of that. Anyways, welcome back. From the last time we were here, we've decided to choose Ted's route.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how much there is left of the game, because we don't actually know, like, are we 75% through? Are we 90% through? It's difficult to say. But we're going to do the rest of Ted's route and then Jeff's route, because we like both Tsundere Alabama Boy and Smug Smart Boy.
Are you ready? Where did I stop at?
That one. The 18th, the latest one.
Okay, there we go. Bama soon for the win.
Of note, you're still in your employee uniform.
Oh yeah, she is. Wait, are you okay there?
I don't have visual anymore.
Oh, whoops. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let me fix this again. Good?
Are you ready?
Nope.
There we go.
Now we're good.
There we go. Alright. So I guess since it's more inner dialogue, and yes, just noticed that she's also in her work uniform. By the way, I actually, I already posted it, but I seem to have noticed that I seem to have seen the gameplay on how it was originally done, and dear lord, that looked like a lot of grinding.
Yeah, that's usually how these types of games work. So I'm glad that we chose the just pure visual novel route, because otherwise we'd be at this forever, and nobody wants to see visual novel grinding. That's not fun.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get going. Alicia Hendricks sounds like a girl I could have related to. From what I read, she sounded smart, ambitious, and I even think she was on track to graduate with honors. And then this happened. Now she's starting over in some other school. I know all her hard work and awards will follow, but still gotta feel sucky to lose all connections and friendships you've made. I don't want that to happen to me. That's why I have to find out more on Alicia before it's too late. Yeah, but I don't just want to barge into the chemistry club room and ask about her. They might mistake me as someone who wants to join. And ew, no thanks. That's how I got the brilliant idea of asking one of the club advisors. Luckily enough, I also happen to know him too. Oh, is it gonna be Jeff?
No, it's
Oh, the teacher, right?
It's Professor Garver, the one who I suspect is the kidnapper.
Yeah.
Because he's the only other named character apart from our roommate.
It's not one of Garver's office hour days, so I stopped by his lab to see if he's there. You can call me a lab regular, even if I don't officially work there. I wonder if anyone here is annoyed at me yet. Well, it's for a good cause, I think. I'm not exactly sure if learning about Alicia will do me any good at all, but I still have to try. That or give up entirely. No, that's not gonna
But if
happen.
you gave up entirely, there wouldn't be any game.
And I won't give in. I won't give in. I try and put up more pep in my step as I enter the lab. The interns there know my face by now, so they hardly pay attention to the blonde outsider girl. Might as well see if he's here too, and see if he can tell me if Garver's busy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Ah, there he is, at his usual station. With his back turned, Jeff doesn't notice me until I'm right by his side. So I think.
Why, hello there, assistant. And to what do I owe this unfortunate surprise? Wait, and to what do I owe this unfortunate surprise to? That is a dangling. Is that called a dangling participle, or that's not grammatically correct. Anyways, why, hello there, assistant. And to what do I owe this unfortunate surprise to?
He speaks from the corner of his mouth as he works. Not off his game by a second. Impressive. Even as he insults me, he can still keep up with everything. Hey Jeff, I was wondering if Professor Garber was in. I wanted to ask him something.
He's out, I'm afraid. He must have better things to do than babysit his incompetent staff today.
Rude! I sigh loudly and disappointment settles in my chest. Not like I just asked him after class, but every moment that passes with me doing nothing puts me on edge. Jeff straightens up from over his beakers and pushes his goggles into his hair.
How convenient you express your discontent right as I finish this crucial step of the filtration process. This is where I ask, is everything alright? You good, RJ? RJ, you there? Snake? Snake? Snake!
Alright, I'm good.
Okay, cool.
Alright. He makes it sound like I'm answering some short answer question or something on a test. I guess I'm not as okay as I usually am.
Ah, well. Sorry.
Want to lower the BGM while you
that
can?
was what I thought.
Okay, yeah. All right, so I lowered the game volume a bit now. Hopefully that'll be better.
I can't hear anything on my end. So wait outside.
Why do I have to go outside?
Because it's going to take me a while to finish this filtration, and I know well enough you would dread putting on the lab equipment required to stay in here for that long. When I'm finished, you can discuss with me the finer points of your malaise and what I can do to hopefully rid you of it.
Oh, that's really nice of you, Jeff.
Yeah, that's actually... Is that the sweetest thing he's ever said to her?
Is this even him or some freaky twin?
Not at all. I'm only doing it to practice. I haven't been approached to solve another's depressingly simple problem for them in some while now. I'm afraid of going rusty.
And there we go. Never mind. This is Jeff, alright. As insincere his motives are, I still take all the help I can get at this point. I head outside and stand near the door to wait for him. Some people pass me by, and I'm sure I look like some weird girl waiting out in the hall by herself. But eventually I hear the lab door open and look. When I see it's Jeff still wearing all his gear, I shove my phone back in my pocket. That wasn't too long. That was only like 40 minutes.
I'm simply much more efficient than I give myself credit for.
There's a smack of latex as Jeff begins to peel the only glove he has on.
You're free to begin at any time. I am listening, though I may stop you if you begin to bore me.
The reason why I'm kind of blarred today is just I'm stressed out in general. If I'm not telling anyone about those messages, there's no way I'm gonna tell Jeff. But I came to talk to Professor Garver because I wanted to ask him about someone in the chemistry club.
And with that, you have managed to completely pique my interest. For what reason do you have need of this info, and of whom? I'm sorry, I almost read that as I Garver. And with that, you have managed to completely pique my interest. For what reason do you have need of this info, and of whom? I garner it isn't for blackmail purposes.
If I was a blackmailing type, you'd be so busted by now. I want to know more about Alicia Henrik, one of the girls who went missing last year. A faint look of surprise crosses Jeff's face.
Dun dun dun! You didn't strike me as the type to be interested in those disappearances.
I guess I just can't keep my nose out of other people's businesses.
Well, if you were thinking on asking that again just doesn't feel like good grammar. Well, if you were thinking on asking Garver, that was a, bluntly put, stupid move on your part. There's no way he would have discussed the type of info you're probably looking for.
And what type is that?
Raw opinion.
Jeff shrugs, shaking his floppily glove as Jeff shrugs, shaking the floppy glove he has held in his hand. I hope he turned that inside out first.
Garver is a professional. Therefore, he is only allowed to give unbiased, roundabout answers to any deep inquiry you may make. I, on the other hand...
Oh no! He knows! Just like Ted did with the other girl. And so did...
Oh yeah, just that my guess is there is a connection somehow to all of them.
Uh-huh. He places his hand on his chest, gesturing to himself.
Am not a professional.
Oh.
I can tell you what you need to know with no need for the usual rigmarole. You should be delighted that I'm offering to help in the first place.
I will be sure. Don't know if I can really trust Jeff of all people to give me accurate information. Were you in the chemistry club, Jeff?
With talent like mine, how could I have not? Is what you'd expect me to say, no? Truth be told, I was not a part. I have no interest in organizations. Truth be told, I was not a part. I have no interest in organizations such as those. It's much too exhausting to be around the same group of people for so long. However, I have heard of some of the exploits from the big man himself.
You mean Garver? You mean Garver. I huddle close to Jeff so there's no chance of us being overheard. Did he mention anything about Alicia?
Only that she was his prized pupil. Very smart, very bright. Somewhat like you, I suppose, except not.
Aw, Jeff, you flatter me.
I have my moments, but where you are I have my moments, but where you are far more relaxed, Alicia was an uptight, wound coil ready to burst at the slightest unforeseen circumstance. Ah, if only I had been there to see the explosion for myself.
Looks like she had a combustion.
The thing is, that could actually mean one of multiple things in this context because it's chemistry.
Yep. Jeff dreamily sighs like we're not talking about someone having a vicious meltdown.
Anyway, she was the type who didn't have much free time. I remember seeing her at the library in the late hours of the night, toiling away in her studies. I would consider it a sad situation if I cared. I doubt she had much time to relax.
Wow, that sounds like the college life. Anyways, so she never had that much free time on her hands.
Who knows? But I would say she spent a good amount of time out of her room and on campus. I suppose everyone was used to it and decided to simply see her when they see her, as they say.
Late nights studying in the library, and then running around and working for her clubs. Yeesh, I would not want to be her.
And now you see why I am morally against organizations such as that.
Don't you intern here, though?
Yes, but this is not a club. This is an internship. I can claim work experience from this. This, at least, provides a meaning to an end. a means to an end.
I guess so, but anyway, is that all you know about her?
Yes, is that all you needed to know?
Well, I did have a few more questions.
Too bad. I must return and analyze my... Goodness. I am tongue-tied this evening. Too bad. I must return and analyze my results.
I lower my eyelids at Jeff's tone of voice, but hey, I got this much out of it. I should be grateful. Well, thanks for the help, Jeff. I guess you're not as rusty as you think. Jeff smugly buffs his nails against his shirt.
Oh, any time, Assistant. Use that information wisely for whatever trivial need you require it for.
Sounding completely unconcerned, Jeff waves me off and heads back inside the lab. I wonder if he would even care that I was a potential target for the abductor. I bet he just asked them for some tips on how to be more nutso than he already is. Well, in the end, I managed to learn more about Alicia, like I planned. She doesn't seem like the irresponsible type. Makes me wonder how the abductor got their hands on her in the first place. Ted's is being way too anxious about this, but then again, what else is new? I place my hands on my hips as he pretends to fumble with his keys for the third time. Are you gonna let me in or not?
Be quiet. I'm trying to remember if I left anything out.
I'm not gonna be judging your place. What's there to be worried about?
It's just the principle of the matter.
We're standing in Ted's apartment complex, right outside the door to his apartment. It looks like a respectable place. It also looks like their dorm room. Everything is nicely built, and it's super clean, much fancier than I'm used to it back home.
Okay, I think it should be fine. You can come in now.
Whoa!
Whoa. For looking like a dorm on the outside, this is actually, does he live here alone? This can't be, this has to be, where he and his father live. This is way too nice for some, college student's bachelor pad.
Seriously.
He's not the rich type.
Seriously.
He's the son of a cop.
Seriously, I was like, wow. This is a fancy setup. Look at that. Look at those trees in the back. Look at that tree in the background and those fancy paintings. And I'm assuming those apples are just for decorations. Assuming. Anyways, Ted turns the knob of the door and lets me in before closing the door behind him. He was totally worrying over nothing because inside of the apartment is way more than fine. It's immaculate. The floors are dark brown wood paneling, and the walls are a nice cream-colored finish. The decoration is nice and modern, too. Cool paintings, zen potted plants. Maybe I should ask to come over more often. There we go. Well, it's not like we were here just to hang out.
Wait in the living room. I'm going to the kitchen. You want anything to drink?
No, I'm good.
I hear you. Don't make a mess in here.
Hey, I'm not a kid. Ted waves me off before heading into what I guess is kitchen. I head the other way towards what I can see of a sofa. Whoa, now this is a living room. A white square rug in the middle of the room. On top of it is a sleek coffee table holding a small plate of fruit. Are those wax? Ah, see? I should ask Ted when he comes back. I take a seat on the sofa, place my bag next to me, and gape in awe at the television. It is massive. It's like one of those cool models that are built into the wall too. Those are also a pain to set up, just saying. And if you have, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you have all the plugs in the back, good luck trying to plug anything in the back. I spot the remote on the sofa. Tempting. I don't think Ted would want me touching anything without his permission, though. He might think I'd break it or something. I turn in place so I'm kneeling on the sofa and stare out the window instead. You can see the whole street from here. I place my hands on the sofa's back and lean forward until my forehead is pressed against the glass.
What are you up to now?
My forehead squeaks against the window as I turn my head, and I see Ted standing there. He squints at me, eyes furrowed. I gotta clean that window now.
Not a kid, huh?
I was only looking outside. You have a nice view from here.
It's okay, I guess.
Ted sits on the couch, perpendicular to me. I lean forward and brace my forearms on my knees. So what's the plan, boss? We're here to brainstorm for the block party, right? It was Ted's idea. He explained thoroughly planning something He explained that thoroughly planning out something would be easier if we dedicated a set time to doing so. Well, it wasn't much an explanation as it was a lecture. Anyways, I'm surprised he actually invited me over. When he suggested we find some place to meet, I even have to beg him to take me here. Hold on a sec. Okay.
I already have an idea. Whoa.
Sorry.
I already have an idea. Got my thinking cap on early.
Ted taps his head a few times to emphasize his point. Ooh, let me hear it.
The most efficient way to go... Yeah. The most efficient way to go would be to use the store's excess stock. I was thinking we could be a sort of snack bar thing and sell out snacks during the block party.
Is that it?
Yeah, it is. And
it's boring! Ted flinches as I gave out a loud, exaggerated snore. Besides, people are going to be at a block party here. There's going to be tons of delicious, weird food. Deep fried anything. Anything on a stick. Ew. That's it.
That sounds very disgusting.
My sentiments exactly. Heck, I actually almost bought a fried Oreo yesterday. But they're going to be having it. Why would I want a normal pink... Oh my gosh!
What?
A normal pinky.
Am I missing a regional slang here? I don't know what a pinky is.
It's a Twinkie.
Oh, duh. I'm dumb.
Because you ever see festivals
Yeah.
and they have those...
Oh yeah, no, deep fried Twinkies are real and they're good. Like,
I have never
had
had one.
Because it is definitely quintessential, fair food.
I have never had a deep fried pinky. I mean Twinkie. Jeez. They're making me like I was actually at a Oriental store yesterday, and there was a stand like across next to the church, and they were selling like fried Oreos, and like what does that even taste like? Heck, and then back then when we had fairs in my old hometown, they were talking about like, yo, you should try out these fried Twinkies. I've never had one, surprisingly. Maybe when fairs come back, I'll try one, or I'll just make one of my own. Even how do you make one of those? Because if it takes the sugar out, then I wouldn't mind that. Anyways, why would you want a normal pinky when you could have a pinky deep fried and on a stick? See what I'm saying?
You lost me the moment that you started talking about deep fried snack cakes.
I lean back on the sofa and sigh. I'm saying this booth is gonna need pizzazz. It's gotta draw people in. A snack bar is good if we're at a sports game, but I think it's a no-go for now. Ted leans back and starts massaging his eyelids.
Do you have any bread ideas? Oh, sorry, wait. Do you have any bread ideas then?
No, but I like the food idea. Like, what if we served something at the block parties? Something tasty. Do you think that could work? I look over at Ted, still massaging his eyes. Actually, the motions he's making are really slow and tired, like he's about to fall asleep. Dad? He jolts in place like he's been hit with a splash cold of water.
Yeah, I'm up.
Were you falling asleep? Also, apparently Mario had fried Oreos. Please let me know what they tasted like.
Basically normal Oreo, but it just the fried sugary taste and a bit of crispiness. And honestly, like it's the crunch that is the appeal of a fried festival food more than anything, of just adding texture.
God.
No, I was resting my eyes. Sorry, I didn't mean it. I'm focused.
So he says, but I look closer at his face. It's obvious he's lying. He looks worn out. There are shadows under the hollows of his eyes. I bet he gets snippy if I point this out. I'll let it slide for now. Well, I was gonna say that we should run with the food idea and serve something at the block party that isn't from the convenience store. I don't know what, though. I can't cook anything special. I bet if we figured something out, it'd be a big hit. Everyone loves to eat. So do I!
That they do.
Ted hums quietly and strokes his thumb against his chin. He stops. Also, apparently, Mario said that you basically nailed the flavor of fried Oreo. Okay, he stops.
I might have something in mind.
Tentatively, he glances away, second-guessing his idea.
Tentatively.
Tentatively. Okay.
Nah, it's stupid.
Come on, we don't know if it's stupid until we hear it. Besides, I come up with stupid things all the time.
True.
Ouch, he could have at least humored me.
Well, my pa taught me how to make these barbecue sandwiches.
Ooh. I don't know. I'm suddenly wondering, do you think they would sell well if the pa also was there at the block party selling those sandwiches? Just saying.
Oh, I anticipate. I am assuming this will be a gag.
Oh,
That
boy.
he will absolutely be the one selling.
Ted mimes holding one in his hands.
The meat's really juicy, lots of flavor. There's also this fantastic sauce that goes with it. Dynamite taste.
Are you saying we should make those to sell?
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, if we can't think of anything else.
Also, I will agree that barbecue sandwiches are delicious. Ted fidgets in his seat. Seriously, the way he explained it sounds really good. I'm going to get hungry if he keeps it up. No, I like it. Leave it to a Texan to bring a barbecue. Thanks
He's
for...
not a Texan. He's an Alabaman.
Oh,
Let's see if he corrects her, because I distinctly remember him saying earlier on that he's from Alabama.
Hey. Oh, man. Oh, man. He's about to hit that Alabama slam on her.
I ain't from Texas. I'm from Alabama. Called it.
I know, I'm only messing. Ted blushes angrily at me and throws a black and white striped pillow, like the one in the background over there.
Hooray for artistic direction consistency. Will you please focus?
Okay, don't throw anything else. I hold the pillow out as a shield before I hug it back in my lap. So if we do this barbecue sandwich thing, we need a whole lot of meat.
It'd have to be pork, too, which means it's gonna be expensive. Shoot, we'd need a pretty penny to buy enough to keep a booth running.
Where do you usually buy your meat? I can't resist my next joke. Uh-oh.
Oh no, is it gonna be Darby's or something?
You know, the convenience store.
Haha, no. The guy who works with my pa is related to the local butcher. We get our cuts from there. I think that's where most of the police fellas get their meat.
Oh, really? The whole police force? Huh. Yeah, I think I'm getting an idea. Does your dad have a lot of influence at the station?
Oh my god, are they gonna staff the entire thing with police? I never asked, but I think he's well respected. He's a good man. Why wouldn't he be?
Man, relax. I wasn't suggesting anything bad. I was thinking that if his coworkers really like him, they might lend their services for a few hours or so.
How do you suggest we convince a bunch of cops to work at a booth for the shop? What do they get out of it?
A cut of the profits, and a really good dinner if you're telling the truth. Ted
One second. Hold on. Something just popped up on my end from work. I'll be right back.
Okay. Ted slumps back on the sofa and furrows his brow, thinking. And while we do that, we can also think of this, like, huh, interesting. Dancing Red Sox. Only the cute police officers. Oh man, that would be... Woo boy! They're gonna have some barbecue, and... Oof, I was gonna make a joke about the barbecue, though. Gonna be like, oof, they're gonna dine on some barbecue, but it probably ain't gonna be the sandwiches. Anyways. Just gonna wait for Anyways, hopefully, now that we've actually reached on to 8:30 on my end, hope everyone has been enjoying their day, and we are currently enjoying this very fun brainstorming session. As for me, I'm currently relaxing, handling recoveries. Just took medication, so I don't know how woozy I'll be yet. Hasn't kicked in yet. Pepper spray the meat. Oh god! Extra spicy! Oh god. Spicy! Oh man, that's... Oh gosh. Oh gosh, this is gonna be like a DILF Arby's or something. God, what did I just say? Oh my gosh. Think about it, you get... Just imagine a restaurant with just hot dads just selling their sandwiches. How's the tooth feeling? You mean the lack of a tooth? It's fine. I mean, thankfully my job gave me a good slab of meatloaf to eat with potatoes. So, it was good. People say hospital food is terrible, but that depends on what kind of hospital you're working at. And we actually have a new chef in our facility, so we actually got some really good cooking food. So I'm really happy that I got some really good meatloaf. No, I don't know why people don't like meatloaf, but the way how they cook their meatloaf here is really good. Rushes in a dimension of the hot dads. Daddy. Oh gosh. Anyways. Oh man. But yeah, so considering that meatloaf is actually soft enough for me to chew and eat, so nothing is too bad on my end there. I still have to wait a week before I actually have to eat KFC again, because I recently watched this documentary of Japan's obsession with KFC, and I'm just like, man, I would definitely love some KFC right now. But nah, I gotta wait till the end of next week. Yes. Also, please hit up our Discord. Please hit up the Discord if you want to keep that conversation going. Still sad from the lack of cake yesterday. We'll probably make it up, because apparently found out that we'll probably be doing a proper celebration on Friday. The only thing I don't think for Dancing Red Sox, for those not aware, yesterday was my mom's birthday, and she didn't have cake, but we're doing a proper celebration most likely tomorrow. Cake. And the question is, what kind of cake, because I have to lay down on the sugar there. And surprisingly, we didn't have much cake, but we had a lot of fried chicken. For some reason, a lot of fried chicken. We still have, not even, more than a half of fried chicken in this container where we got the fried chicken from. And I'm just like, dude, if this was me, if I didn't have a recovery from the tooth thing, I would be eating all of it. I would not be kidding. I would eat all of that chicken. Anyways, so yeah, we might have cake in later tomorrow, but I'll only eat like 1/100th of a cake piece. You cut up a cake piece and then cut it the super tiny edge, and then I'll just eat that, and that's it. Because I'm watching. I have to be good for my my good stuff. Oh come on, dude. Eat as much as you can. Nah, dude, I got a checkup next week. I don't want him to wonder. I don't want him to wonder what the heck is this rise in my blood sugar all of a sudden. Anyways, Joel seems to be having is handling some things on his end, just in case Yeah, wait a week and then Cake King. Yeah, that's the plan. For those who are wondering, my diet has been nothing but bananas, ramen, and hot dogs. And water. And milk. That's basically been it. Unfortunately, someone ate all my bananas. And I'm kind of mad at them for that. No, I'm not kind of mad. I'm very mad at them for that. Like, I paid for all those bananas. I bought, like, 3 stocks of bananas. And they're all gone. I'm so mad. Like, dear God. Speaking of which, how many of you had an anime that had bananas as, like, the focal point? At least, or some sort of point of interest for an anime. Let me tell you about an anime called Aho Girl. This girl is such a complete idiot. She didn't even know the internet existed, and she does nothing.
Okay, so if something popped up at work, I'm gonna need to step away for a little bit. So I'd say either like you continue to read on your own, or like pop over to a different game for a bit. Hopefully this will only take like 20 minutes, but I need to take care of this.
All right. So it looks like I have to do Ted for a while. I think.
I'm so sad.
No, that's fine. Also, apparently, it looks like Mario might be aware of this anime called Aho Girl.
Sorry, I need to step away for a bit.
Go ahead.
Be back soon, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see you in a bit. Anyways. I'm not, but... So... Oh, no, yeah, I'm gonna suggest you that you watch Aho Girl if you want some really ridiculous stuff going on. Because, dear lord, this girl literally is all like... Literally does like crazy things, and for some reason, they work, even though she's a complete idiot. And the straight man is the guy he pesters. Like, basically, like, imagine Uzaki-chan saying, like, hey, you want to hang out? No. Let's hang out anyways. But then this girl, she just barges into his life without any consent whatsoever. And he just makes his life completely miserable, and even though he tells her to go away, she actually thinks that it's his way of his affection for her. That's how much of an idiot she is. Oh, and she eats nothing but bananas. Anyways, let's go back on. Anyways, I'll show you some clips later on Mario, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyways, it'd be easy for her to make up for the code if we have a efficient work system going on. I could get my pa to make sandwiches too. Begrudgingly, Ted starts smiling, and that can only mean one thing. You like my idea! Shut up. The smile slips off as subtly as it came, and Ted sits up to rub his eyes. Again. I think this could work. It's gonna require coordination with the local police, but this is a heck of a start. Yeah. And all the girls will go nuts. I smile smugly at Ted, having him of all people approve an idea that he didn't come up with for the second time in a row. Dang, I must be good. Yeah, eat it up. It's the best bet for a successful stall, so I figure why not do it, okay? I whoop! Tossing the pillow into the air so I can catch it in my arms as it falls. Don't forget that I came up with the barbecue idea. Haha! So what? Does that make it our project? Does that make this project our baby? Ted's eyes go wide and his face flushes deep red. It's a joint project. Don't call it stupid like the baby. I laugh and throw the pillow back at Ted, hitting him in the shoulder. Whatever, you spoilsport. It's so easy to get under your skin. No, it ain't. So is. You're proving my point right now. Alright. I gesture at the way he looks. Ready to yell. He forces a breath, making his body go slack and relaxed for once. I get a little intense is all. Sue me. I think it's a little cute. I stand up from the sofa, sticking out my tongue. Was that a joke? Was that serious? I have to go to the bathroom. So you'll never know. Ted shakes his head hastily. Doesn't do much to get rid of the blush on his cheeks. It's just down the hall. Door's open. So you'll be able to figure it out. His tone of voice is nearly desperate. Oh, so it's basically like... It's just down the hall. Door's open, so you'll be able to figure it out. His tone of voice sounds nearly desperate. It looks like someone really wants me gone right now. Not that I disagree after I realize what I just said to him. I cast Ted a hasty, appreciative nod before following his directions and hurrying down to his nicely decorated bathroom. I guess literally everything in this house has that modern edge. Phrasing, Nicole! Yes, exactly. But that's not important now. I called Ted cute. Ugh, I did, but it was just a joke. I mean, I couldn't have positively meant it. Could have I? Ted is nice, but I've never thought of him in that way. He's my boss. But he's cool. Ted has everything together. He's dependable, smart, and when he does show that side of him, he can be pretty darn nice when it counts. Oh man, it's suddenly remembering that one episode in South Park when they found out that coworkers were together, and everyone just threw up after that. For those who are not aware, there's an episode in South Park where apparently two teachers were a teacher and a principal. If I remember correctly, it was PC principal and Strong Woman apparently having were in a relationship, and the whole thing was working and the whole town was looking for like this monster thing, and then they saw this tent and found them together. And realized, but you're co-workers, and then they all started throwing. Yep, got PC principal and Strong Woman, and when they tried to say, but they're like literally when they tried to say co-workers having a romance, and they all just throw up at just trying to mention it. It was like, wow, this scene just immediately reminds me of that. Anyways, all right. So saying he's cute isn't much of a stretch, but I'm sure I mean it platonically. Platonically. That's what I'm sticking by, at least. After I'm finished doing my things, I dry my hands off the sink and head back into the living room where I left Ted. Hey, did I tell you that your place is awesome? Because it totally is awesome. Everything looks really... I said and stop as I could. Stops cold as I see Ted in the living room. Is he asleep? Well, either that or dead, but that would seriously ruin my day. Ted's lying on the sofa, lying on his side, eyes closed, and reading softly. He's hugging a pillow to his chest like it's a teddy bear. And okay, that's mega adorable. I can't... Wow! I can't help myself. Sneakily, I take out my phone and snap a quick picture of this. Oh, I can only imagine how Ted will react. Seriously, though, if he was tired enough to fall asleep after I left for a few minutes, he should have just postponed this meeting of the minds until later. Then again, maybe Ted is always this tired? I wouldn't be surprised. I doubt he knows his own limits. Scratch that. I doubt he keeps to his limits. I sigh as I pocket my phone. Well, what do I do now? I can always wake him up, but I'd feel bad. Ted obviously needs his sleep. I'll let the poor guy get some rest. In the meantime, I can get a snack. Hey, we did just go over talking about delicious barbecue sandwiches. A girl gets hungry. You actually know how that felt, having... Oh, man. I wonder... I actually had that happen to me, too. The thing was that it was at a convention one time, and I was, like, sleeping. Someone surrounded me with all their plushies, and they took a photo of it with my camera. And then... And what happened was that when they showed it to me, I was like, where did this photo get taken? And all my roommates were just laughing like, oh. Good job, guys. Good job. Oh, Dancing Fox. I'm disappointed we didn't get a chance to see the sleepyhead. That would have been a nice little CG artwork, to be honest. But nah. I guess that's too much. Okay, let's see here. I see milk on that fridge. Okay, and a cat and a shopping list. Sheds a shingle tear for Con Hotel shenanigans. I missed that too. Oh man, I miss cooking pancakes at MagFest now. Anyways, I'll just eat a granola bar or something like that. I don't think Ted will mind. However, when I'm in the kitchen, I realize something. I'm actually more thirsty than hungry. Ha 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 ha! Oops, I should have taken up Ted's on his offer for a drink earlier. That makes it easier. Water should be enough to quench my thirst. And it's not like the stars will of the stars will miss a measly cup of water from their fridge dispenser. But if I'm getting myself something, isn't it only polite to get Ted something too? Not that I can ask him if he wants anything right now. What to do? Look around the kitchen. The answer lies in somewhere. And I spot a kettle sitting in one of the stove's burners. Gears in my head start turning. Maybe Ted would like a nice warm drink instead. Half an hour later, and I'm leaving Ted's kitchen with 2 steaming mugs in my hand. When I get to the living room, I see Ted stirring a bit in his sleep. I place one of the mugs on the coffee table in front of him. I take mine with a sip as I lower myself on the couch. Delicious. Not bad, Nicole. I guess I should try and wake up Ted now. I should take another sip before doing so. Psst. Ted. Ted ears twitch. He rolls over so the pillow rests on his stomach, and his eyes. Well, anyways, and his hands are folded on top of it. This is such a tempting photo op. It's too bad he looks nearly awake, or I chance another pick. With his eyes still closed, I hear Ted speak. How long? Like 40 minutes. Dang. With a prolonged groan, Ted hauls himself up so he's sitting upright, pillow tucked under an arm. He notices a steaming mug sitting on the coffee table and raises an eyebrow. What's this? Sorry, I got thirsty, so I made a drink. I thought you might like one too. Did you make a mess? I cleaned up after myself, okay? I guess I don't mind much, but... Ted leans forward to look at the mug's contents. What'd you make? Oh, snap! Okay. Hang on. Okay, let's see here. Hot chocolate. Hey, don't worry, it's hot chocolate. I found some mixed in your cupboard. It's the kind with a little marshmallow, so total score. Ted doesn't look like he agrees. He leaves the mug where I left and eyes it in disgust. I hate hot chocolate. It's way too sweet. Damn it! Tea! Don't look at it. It's tea! I found a few bags in the pantry. It didn't take too long to figure out how to work your machine. Ted. Ted eyes the mug of tea like it has some deadly disease. Did you find this on the right side of the pantry or the left? I think it was the right side. This is my pa's then. When he drinks it, no, this is my pa's then. When he drinks it, whenever he gets home from work. I had no idea. I don't mind if he drank some of it. Of course not, but I could be saving this for him instead. Eventually, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Beep, beep. Coffee! Don't be scared. Don't be scared of it. It's just coffee. It wasn't hard figuring out how your machine works. Plus, I remembered. Ted leans forward to pick up the mug with both of his hands. Remembering what? That coffee is your favorite hot drink of all time. It might be your favorite cold one, too. Ted snorts into his coffee board, takes a sip, and he closes his eyes closed as he relishes in the bitter taste. No cream or sugar. How I like it. Ew! Oh, snap! We're at 90 now. Dude, we could actually make it to the end. Make it to the end. Make it to the end. Save. Cool. Okay. I had a feeling that's how you took it. Thanks, Nicole. I really needed that. Ted smiles sincerely. No stammering or blushing involved. I wonder if I'm in some surreal alter universe. It makes sense. No problem, Ted. You must be seriously tired if you're passing out on the couch like that. Ted waves his hand like he's swatting a fly buzzing near his face. Don't go and dramatize it like that. Just napping was all. I had to stay up late to finish all my work. I'm working so much during the day that I don't have time to do any studying. It's pretty bad. You're telling me? You can't keep messing up with your sleep cycle like that. Why are you assigning yourself so many hours anyway? because I said I'd do anything to help the store. If it means working longer for more business, I'll do it. But that's irritation bubbles inside of me, hot and uncontrollable. That's really that's really stupid. I regret blurting out those words as soon as I do, my eyes wide in fear, and Ted lowers his mug near his lap so he can stare directly at me. Would you say? No, he's not going to intimidate me now. I know I'm right. It's stupid. You take on all this work like you don't have to rely on anyone, but hello? I gesture myself with both hands. I can work more too. I want to save the convenience store just as much as you do. And what about your dad? You never seem to give him a chance to do anything for you. Ted stands to his feet so fast I'm surprised he didn't spill his drink. That's only because I don't want to be a burden to him. Of course I can rely on Pops. He's the best. I just don't want him to drag him down like I did in the past. I doubt you ever dragged him down, and I doubt he'd ever not want to help you. He's your dad. That's his job. I don't know, okay? I don't want to bother him, but you're right. I know you are. He lets out a long breath and runs both his hands up through his hair. Talking about this is pretty stressful. Yeah, but it'd be better if we talked about something else for now. And luckily, I have just the perfect thing for the job. I won't force you to do anything you don't want to, but just think about it. I place my mug down and start to smirk as I pull out my cell phone and maneuver to a certain picture. But first, can you tell me what you think of this? I was thinking about posting it to my blog. You mean that roller thing you waste your time on? Ted places his mug next to mine and leans forward to have a better look. I give him a few seconds to let him I give him a few seconds to let it sink in before yanking my phone back. He lunges for it, narrowly missing. Yeah, I got him coffee, and now we showed him. We got a bit of a tense situation, and now he knows we took a photo of him while sleeping. When did you? His face goes angry shade of red. His arms shake as he brings his hands up as if he's unsure what to do with them, besides wring them around my neck. Still, it's so worth it. I wag my phone in front of him before pulling it back towards me at the last second. What do you think? It's perfect for my blog, right? Nicole, you better delete that picture right now before I get my hands on you, or so help me, I don't stick around long enough to listen to him finish. I take off for some other part of Ted's apartment laughing. I hear Ted running after me soon after. I'm gonna get you, and when you are in for it, damn varmint! I'll briefly look over my shoulder and stick my tongue out at him. Guess you have to catch me then! Oh my gosh. This is some Bugs Bunny Yosemite Sam thing. I know this is a completely stereotyping, but this just feels like it. It's like those little silly antics. Come on, game, show us the photo. If only. I know it'll only be a matter of time until Ted gains the upper hand, but hey, whatever it takes for him to loosen him up. But if I'm not heard from ever again, at least people will know what happened to me. Under the sound of my music, I hear a faint buzzing that can't be part of a song I'm on. Is that my phone? I pull an earbud out and check my bed to see that my screens lead up with the announcement of an incoming call. Ah, I recognize who it is. After awkwardly tugging out the other earbud, I place them carefully on my desk before snatching up my phone. Feels like I can answer in the nick of time, too. Hello. Anderson. Hey there, Nicole. Ah, yes. Definitely my dad. Lieutenant Anderson Gray. As the title suggests, he's in the military Air Force, to be specific. He's stationed at a base nearby, though I'm not exactly sure what he does. Last I heard he was providing some basic training, but he's great at fixing machines, too. Hi, Daddy! Not yelling at anyone today? I just finished with that, actually. I doubt either of us will forget the time he actually answered me using his drill sergeant voice one time. I thought I called the wrong number. Mom totally let him have it for it. I guess that's why he's extra careful about it now. I wanted to see how you're doing with school. First year of college can be a real doozy. Aw, Dad, I know you're busy. It's fine if you don't call. I could spare a few minutes for my little girl. I'm sure the boys will appreciate the breather anyways. Okay, well, what can I say? Obviously, nothing about you-know-what. School's good. Let's talk about school. I told you my schedule, right? Did you? Yeah, I just told you the night before the year started, remember? When you took me out to dinner? I signed to the receiver. Ouch, you're terrible. Your old man's called old for a reason.
Should make him sound like Bob Ross, since he was a drill instructor before. Oh, wow. I did not know.
I don't know. I felt like I was gonna say, "Hey, what the only like drill sergeant I know is wait. What does Bob Ross sound like as a drill sergeant?" I'm curious now. Let's do a quick search. Oh, wow, he was a drill sergeant. I had no idea. Oh, man, dude. Oh, man, I can't even tell what. Oh, man, I'm just not good. I'm very bad at trying to remember all the voices from, like, all... Wait, Full Metal Jacket? I thought you said Full Metal Alchemist. Like, what the heck is Full Metal Jacket? Anyways, your old man is called old for a reason. Well, my schedule's not that bad. I'm only having trouble with my bio class, but I kind of expected that to happen. I've gotten a few odd jobs lined up whenever I need the money. Oh, thank God! Now I don't have to worry about you running me dry with all that online spending you do. Mom told you about that, huh? Help paid for some of it. Your mother and I may not be together anymore, but we can still be adults when it comes to our kids. Oh my gosh, look at that Bob Ross emo. That's cute. The way he says it with such finality makes my chest go heavy. I do my best not to show it, though. You guys are the best, seriously. I'll try not to spend so much from now on. If I give in to weakness, I'm super sorry. Just try and just try your best to resist temptation. I know you got it in you, Nicole. Oh, that's right. There was something else I was meaning to ask you about. There it is. I can hear it. He's using the same tone Mom did right before she asked about... That area's had a string of girls disappearing, right? Ugh, I was hoping this top wasn't going to come up. Not you two. Your mother told me about it, Nicole. I have to agree that this is something you should be wary about. You never know what can happen. Trust me, I do.
Oh, yep. Thank God Twitch loves Bob Ross.
Also, I'm not doing a very good soldier voice right now. I'm trying to do the soldier from TF2. I'm just like, man, my voice is not gruffy enough. Hey! Get my eyes widen. Crap, I did not mean to say that out loud. What do you mean? Wait, what did I say? Oh, crap, he knows. I mean, I've been learning about the disappearance to keep safe and all that. I don't want this to happen to me, obviously. Even if it has already, as I think to myself. It's great you're taking some precaution, honey, but be sure to look out for yourself. You never know what... I hear someone talking to Dad, cutting me off from our conversation. He must cover up the phone with his hand because I can only hear a muffled voice from that point on. Nicole, honey, are you still there? I snap back to attention. Snap back to reality when I hear his real voice blare through my phone. Oh, yeah, is everything okay? Something needs my attention now. I have to go take care of it. Sorry. Oh, there's a pixel version! That is so cute. I won't lie. Hearing that is kind of disappointing since we were just getting to talk. But on the bright side, at least my dad will stop interrogating me about the disappearances. No biggie, Dad. I'll talk to you later, okay? Yes, I will see you later, Nicole. There's a click on the other line, and there goes my dad. Heave! I throw my phone back in the bed, and I flop face down beside it. Slowly roll over onto my back, so I'm looking up at the ceiling. What am I gonna do? Sure, I've learned about those girls, but I don't know. I don't feel like it helped matters much. Maybe I should have told Dad. Maybe he could sick the whole Air Force thing on this guy, and I wouldn't have to worry about this whole thing. Like, that would happen. I don't need anyone's help catching this guy. I'll show him that he messed with the wrong girl all on my own. But wow, my eyelids feel like they're closing on their own. How tired I must be to... Well, I guess a nap won't hurt. I shut my eyes and my body drifts along towards slumber, away from all those worries and cares. Unless there's a scene that's going to be a nightmare about being kidnapped. I shouldn't have said that. I don't know how long I'm out for, possibly hours. And when I wake up, I glance out my window. I'm greeted with a dull glow of a setting sun. It was definitely more than that, for sure. I feel even more exhausted than I was from the start. I sit up, dropping my legs over from the side. I rub my eyes, my phone. Where's my phone? Blindly, I grope around my bed for my phone as I continue to rub my eyes. I hope no one tried to text me while I was out cold. Luck is that no one did, but it does look like I got an email. Is it for class? Oh, it's even better. It's from Roller. At least what I think it was until I actually get to reading it. Oh! 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 What?
Oh man, I just.
Whoa! Oh my
still
god!
working on stuff. Okay. So I'm still multitasking, but what did I miss? That I see this now, but what did I miss before this?
Oh my god, I was freaking out because I'm reading out this text message, and the next thing you know, I hear some ASMR from you. I'm just like, ah! Anyways, so what happened is that we were talking. So quick catch up since we're at the 9 o'clock hour. So we were just having a fun talk with Ted. Ted talking about ham sandwiches. Yeah, good timing was good. Right at the freaky part. Anyways, so Ted had a discussion with her, but unfortunately he got so tired because apparently he overworked himself and he got sleepy. Nicole actually took a photo of him while sleeping, while also hugging a pillow. Made coffee for him, as apparently there are choices. You either said you made coffee, tea, or hot chocolate, and we had made coffee. So apparently he likes coffee with nothing on it, completely black. Anyways, and then next off, there was a thing where there was a tense moment where Nicole actually had to talk to Ted, saying like, "You need to stop working so much, even if it's for the store." And then she decides to. So even after they talked about it, she changes the subject by showing the photo of Ted sleeping. He gets mad, and then it goes with like a chase. Like it's not like a chase scene, but there's a chase that Ted chases Nicole around the apartment, trying to get that photo deleted. Anyways, so after that, we actually missed a part. Right after that is a part where Nicole was in her dorm room, and then got a call from her dad. Which I tried my best to sound like the soldier from TF2, but I have no idea how I did. And then Mario suggested I do Drill Sergeant Bob Ross. I'm like, how does that work? And I just found out that Bob Ross used to be a drill sergeant. And then he suggested I think of R. Lee Emery from Full Metal Jacket, and I've never seen Full Metal Jacket before. Actually, when I think about it, I should probably look into that. And other than that, after that whole call with her dad, she took a nap, woke up, finds this text message where it says no more jokes. Nor jokes. Stop.
Sorry, I'm still multitasking. So wait, who got a call from their dad?
Nicole.
Okay.
And I tried to, and since he was a drill sergeant, I tried to do a soldier voice. The only soldier voice I know is for TF2. Oh, look, hold on. Also, I like how this looks like a palm pre. Because it kind of
from Nor no more jokes.
Yeah. Stop buddying where you don't belong, or you'll regret it. Ooh. Tension. Dun 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 dun. The username this time. No more jokes. Another fake blog. No more jokes? Is that what it's supposed to mean? Are they saying that they haven't been serious up until now? It's true they haven't messaged me all this time, but I didn't think they were just toying me like this. Man, what? I blocked the blog without replying and rise up to my feet, off towards my laptop. I haven't forgotten about that tracker that I installed on my blog. No siree. If it works, then I did. On the page listing visitors on my blog, there's a new entry dated just a few seconds ago. That has to be the abductor. Thanks for your IP address, a-hole. I copied the IP address, looked up a few IP trackers on the internet, then copied the address into each one. Now let's see what we find. It takes a few seconds for each one to process, but the results I find aren't too surprising. I was honestly already expecting something like this. It looks like the address... Oh! The IP address is coming from school. Of course, I have no idea by where and who, but the small browser...
Garver.
But the small browser mouse has marked the campus as the IP address's location. which means it's very likely the abductor is someone who already works here or attends here. In other words, a student. It was adding up to this. All 3 girls were students of this school, which always seemed too coincidental to me. Maybe if the victim was from out of town, I'd think otherwise, but nope, this abductor wants to be caught. They're making it way too easy. So I say, but it's pretty much the only thing I figured out so far. I take a calming breath to try and settle my nerves. Don't freak out, Nicole. All this means is that you'll need to be extra careful when you're on campus. I have to stay in public as much as possible, take all the crowded routes, and make sure I'm with someone at all times. If the abductor thinks they got me scared, they got another thing coming. Okay. As a matter of fact, I'm more pumped to get them than I was ever before. I hum cheerfully to myself as I pass by the movie theater. There's so many people here. Did a new movie just get released, even though you have the same posters over there? Oh, Break It Buster just came out. Right, I love to see it sometime. Oh, okay, I get it. That's Wreck-It Ralph.
Wait, was that really in... This was 2013, right?
Yeah.
Has it really been that long?
Wreck-It Ralph 1 came out in October of 2012, so yes, it lines up.
Wow. I'd love to go see that sometime. Too bad right now I'm still on the clock. I sigh wearily and weigh the coffee holder in my right hand. There's drinks for me and Ted in there. I think mine's probably melting, but I'd feel bad if I just waltzed into the shop slurping coffee right in Ted's face. It's better to wait. The shop's only a few blocks away. No problem, I can get there soon. Maybe I'll invite Chandra to watch a movie with me later. When I get to the shop, there's no one but Ted in there. Hey, I got the... I freeze once I see he's on the phone. Ted looks angrily over at me and silently places a finger on his lips.
Sorry, I'm gonna need just a couple more minutes.
Okay, you want to do it for now?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Oh, was that? Oh, yeah. Let me get a notepad real fast. Just a sec. Ted bounced his phone on his shoulder as he rummages through the front counter for something to write on. I smile and place his coffee in front of him, then head to the aisles to give him some time. It's funny. Ted would have never allowed someone to talk on their phone while on shift. Now with the block party drawing closer and our barbecue idea in tow, he's been glued to that thing. I hope he remembers what we talked about the other day. That thing about he should let other people help him. Lately, he hasn't told me to really do anything besides my job. I'm getting worried he's going to end up worse than just falling asleep on the couch. I tidy up a few things and I finally hear Ted say goodbye to whoever's on the other line. That's my cue. Now it's safe to approach him. Haha. I lean my head out to the side and talk to him from the aisle. Who's that? Ted's still scribbling things down as he talks to me. Local bakery. Just tying up the order from all that sandwich bread. At this rate, all I have to hear is from the butcher. And we should be good for the big block party. Ted grins at me excited. I have to pinch myself because I've never seen him legit excited about anything before. So you talk to your dad's friends on the force? Got their schedules and everything. Even if we don't get too many volunteers, the extra manpower will come in really handy. Really come in handy, sorry. I raise an eyebrow at Ted. And you couldn't ask your dad to do that for you? Hey, for your information, fine miss, I did ask my pa to help me with this. Oh, whoops, I guess I shouldn't have assumed he was still a one-man control freak parade. I got him to ask to call me. Or maybe I spoke too soon. Ted, you know that's not what I meant. Ted slams down his pen on the counter indignantly. What? It's an important job. Now I could have done it myself. I know hide nor hair of the fellas. That's the lamest excuse ever, and you know it. Shut up. I'll let him help when he gets down to it. I promise. I'm skeptical, but I let it drop. He can be so stubborn sometimes. He's lucky that I'm only arguing for his dad's sake and not my own too. I want to help out some more. Ted's phone goes off again, and both of us look where he left it at the counter. Who the hell is it this time? Brow furrowed, Ted lifts up his phone to check the caller ID. Oh, it's Pops. I get closer to Ted as Ted props his phone to his ear. Howdy. Yes sir, she's here at the moment. Why? Ted shoots me a glance. They're talking about me? I lean closer to try and overhear their conversation. You want me to what? Well, okay. Ted pulls the phone away and presses the button to place it on speaker. His dad's voice comes out loud and clear. Can't you hear me now? Yes, you can. Hi, Mr. Starr. Nicole, what'd I tell you about that Mr. Starr business? It's Ron, remember? You're the one who can speak the fine English. I expected better. I laugh. It's just a reflex to call your friends by their parents' surname. Sorry, sir. I'll do it next time. Now, sir just makes me feel like some old gin. Anyways, I got a surprise for you two. Surprise? Pops. Ooh, what kind of surprise? I make sure to keep excited for the two of us as Ron continues with his explanation. Now, I know you've been working real hard lately, and I just want to let you know that how much I appreciate you giving your all for the shop. So I figured, why, a night on the town wouldn't hurt, assuming the two of you aren't free to celebrate tonight. I've caught up with my stuff, Pop, but Pops, a night out? Seriously? Do we have time for that? It's a celebration, of course. Well, of course we have time for it. Celebration of what, exactly? Being such hard workers. I can tell Ron is wearing a cheesy fake grin right now by listening to his voice. I bet this is his way of making Ted take a break from all the work he's been doing. It takes a few expectant looks from yours truly before he finally gives in. What are we doing? I silently pump a fist and Ron lets out a small whoop over his phone. I thought it'd be nice to check the new Oh wait, are we gonna be having a new background to try out? The new disco club in town. I've heard of that place. It's supposed to be super cool in there. This would be my first time of checking out if we went. Disco club. You can just hear the distaste on Ted's lip. Aw, come on, son. It won't hurt to try outside. You love to dare. Pops! Ted hastily covers up his phone with his hand. Alright, I'll go. Just stop talking. Okay, that was weird. Do I want to now? No, this never happened. Don't ask. I probably won't. Ron goes over the details of what time we should go and where the place is. Once we have that sorted out, we bid him goodbye and Ted hangs up his phone. I swear, of all his crazy ideas, this one has got to take the cake. Lighten up, Ted. This wouldn't hurt to get our hootenanny on. Ted stares at me. Never say that again. Fine, lamer. But can I go now? I hold my hands together, pleading. My shift's almost over, right?
Wow, that's a very quick shift unless something happened. The disco club.
Oh, man. But what if it is a disco club? Like those roller skating things. Man, I miss those roller skating places. I wonder if they're still alive. Anyways, my shift's almost over, right? And I need the extra time if I want to get ready for the disco club later. Extra time? What for? Showering, doing my hair, makeup, choosing what to wear, you know, girl stuff. Sounds like a whole lot of efforts for no good reason. Ugh, you'll never get it. Can I just go, please, please? Takes a few more seconds of begging before Ted finally gives in to me. Again, I might add. Fine, skedaddle. You remember what my pa said? We'll be waiting for you at the disco club. Okay, but what if I get there before you guys do? Ted scoffs. That ain't gonna happen.
Xanadu!
Oh, man. Oh, God! Okay. Ted waves back as I head back to my dorm room to change. I wasn't lying when I said I needed the extra time. Looking attractive is a lot of work for a girl.
Okay, hang on a second. Beep! That is not appropriate.
Anyways, I'll just read the text while this is going. Though in some ways Ted is right. What's the point of dolling myself up like this? It's not like I'm going on a date or anything. Unless you count this as a date with both Ted and his dad. Ha! That's kind of funny. I've been saying Ron's been pretty handsome for his age. Seriously though.
And... beep!
Anyways, seriously though, I guess I wanted the extra time to get ready because I kind of want to get ready for Ted. Like, I want to wow him. Make his jaw drop when he sees me. Right to Cena. Warning. Warning. Dude. Anyways. And this might mean something, huh? Yeah, it might seem that I like him if I'm going through all this trouble to impress him. I think about it, and I've already called him cute, so I must think he's attractive. His personality, on the other hand, has had much appeal as a smell of a wet dog, but dogs are cute, right? When did I develop this weird crush on him? I wasn't like this when I went over to his house. Or maybe that's when it finally started then. I don't want to think about this anymore. So I don't. Okay, that was a total lie. Even as I get ready, Ted's still on my mind. I wonder what he's going to wear at the disco club. Will it be something nice too? Am I going to look overdressed? God forbid he wears his work uniform there because I can see him doing that. He claims it's the more efficient thing to do. Jeez, what a cutie. Oh my god! I'm still giggling at the thought as I head into town. It's getting dark outside. The streetlights flicker on. I look up them overhead. They're almost like spotlights. Obviously, they're trying to display my awesomely attractive self passing by. I decided to go with yellow sleeveless dress tonight. Cinch a belt around my midsection, throw on a funky patterned vest, and ta-da! I'm ready to get my disco on! Disco fever! Disco fever! Okay. I secretly hope that Ted likes it, but shh, I'm not telling him that. I see the neon lights of the disco club shining nearby. I hurry just in case Ted and Ron are waiting for me. I'm half right. Only Ted is there, and he's looking... Whoa. White blazer, gray slacks, striped button up with the first few buttons undone. Huh. Either this was my lucky break, or Ted's way better at dressing himself than I first thought. It didn't help that most memories I have of him are in his work uniform. Ew. He has his hands in his pockets and seems to be searching for something as he stands under the lights of the club. Huh. I wonder what that is. I wave to get his attention. Hi, Ted, am I late? Ted turns in the direction of my voice and falters. Nicole? He coughs into his hand, quickly stabbling his voice. No, you're not late. Right on time, actually. You look stunning. Oh, it's a date. Ron's like, let's set up a date for these two. It's a trap. Anyways, what's this? Finally a compliment on my looks? I laugh before he has the chance to tell me to shut up. Kidding. Thanks, Ted. You look pretty spiffy yourself. Why dress up? Well, it's a disco club. I thought I should dress nicely. No real reason. What about you? Don't act like I'm the only one with their best duds on. Why'd you dress up, huh? Easy. I wanted to impress you. Ted flinches back, completely off guard. You're just messing around with me. I know you. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I glance playfully towards the club line. Are we gonna go in or not? Oh wait, where's your dad? Aha! Aha! I knew it! I knew it! The father did set this up! It's a date! I knew it! Ron's all like, huh. First Ron's missing.
Of course it's a date. This is the path we chose.
Yeah. Anyways, are you back now?
No, things are still on fire. I'm just popping in every so often.
Okay. I'm just like, man, we're on a day with the disco club, and even though the father said, hey, we'll all go in together, and it's like, not. It's like, hey, let's go all together. Psych! It's just you two. It's totally not a date. Right? It is. He said something's come up, and he can't make it. Called me right at the last second, too. He knows how much I hate that. Ted crosses his arm annoyed. He sounds kind of suspicious. I don't blame him. If I just for a night out then somehow suddenly become unable to show up, I think I'm onto you, Mr. Star. Not that I'm complaining. Well, maybe he'll join us when he's done. In the meantime, I gesture once more at the disco club, waiting for Ted to get the hint. He rolls his eye, but starts forward. Fine, let's go. Put out them fires. This is... Oh, wow, this doesn't look that bad. Stepping into the disco club feels like stepping into an isekai. The multicolored lighting here makes it seem like everything's covered in a powdered haze. And there are lights in the shapes of flowers and circles dancing around spotlights on the floor. Yeah, that definitely feels like a disco club. I spot people dancing on the dance floor, away from the lit up bar and snazzy red couches and seats. Ah, this whole place just screams the 80s. I love it. Wait, isn't disco 70s?
70s and 80s.
I guess. Wow, it's so cool in here. This place hurts my ass. Ted holds a hands up to shield his face, and I nudge him with my shoulder. Hey, don't be such a stickler. We're supposed to have fun, remember? That's the whole reason why your dad invited us out. Well, my pa ain't here now, is he? Look, I'll grab us a seat. You want to order us some drinks? You trust me with your drink? What's the worst you can do? Poison it? I could spit in it. God! Ted makes a face like he can't think of anything worse. Don't make me second guess myself. Just get some drinks. Ted stalks off without another word, and I'm left standing alone in the middle of the club. Wow, rude. Just for that, I should just get him water. Never realized how unlikable Ted makes himself sometimes. Like, if he wasn't so serious and uptight all the time, he'd be way better. But he's always so grumpy and pushy. Not attractive at all. Maybe I'm just seeing things that aren't there in him. I groan at this thought, and I reach the bar and take a seat. Am I really imagining everything? It's probably better not to try anything if I'm this unsure.
I think someone's going to drug her.
Uh-oh. Oh dear, let's not say that. Waitress. My, you seem so sad. Whoa! Ho, 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 ho! A new character has come in!
Okay, she's immediately suspect of being the villain.
I jerk right up in my seat and look across the counter. What? Miranda, you work here? It's unmistakably her. I recognize that.
Miranda.
I recognize that spaced out look anywhere. You could say Miranda's a friend. We ran into each other at school one time, and I haven't been able to get rid of her ever since. She's the type of person you'd say is a little mad, but she means well. She's pretty sharp too when she's paying attention. Nicole, you look so surprised. Well, yeah, I never really pictured you working at a place like this. Oh yes, I agree, most definitely. But the owner said... what did he say? Miranda squeezes her eyes shut, eyes real shut as she tries to remember. That was it. He said I looked great in this outfit. So he decided to hire me. It's wonderful. I can always feel a breeze when I wear it. I have a lot of questions about your owner. Yeah, because she's barely wearing anything. Black pants, a red bikini top, and a purple sheer blouse all over that. Ugh, I'm jealous of her body, I admit. Right, anyway. Do I really look that sad? A little. Just a smidge. Would you like something to drink? Yummy drinks might help you make you feel less sad. Maybe. Can I have a menu? Without another word, Miranda passes me a drink menu. They have a bunch of fancy sodas there, smoothies too. There's even an alcoholic menu, but that's obviously off limits. I can only imagine what Ted would say if I managed to I can only imagine what Ted would say if I managed to convince Miranda to serve me a drink like that. You made a strange noise again. I did? Sorry. It's just... Did you see that guy I came here with? The one with the funny expressions? I hold back a giggle. That's Ted, alright. See, I kinda like him a lot, but at the same time, I'm not sure if I like him at all. He can just get on my nerves sometimes. Like, I think he's really cool, I look up to him, and he's watched out for me for a long time now. At the same time, he can be such a sourpuss. That's a funny word, but... Miranda tips her chin downward and hums thoughtfully. I don't think it's possible to split his personality in two, so you might have to take him as is. But on the bright side, you should be able to figure out if you like him or not that way. I guess so. I think about it more. It's a super basic lesson, but it makes sense. If I think about it, about all of Ted's bossy, grumpy ways and still feel gushy for him, that must mean I really like him, huh? Yeah, that's it. You're right, Miranda. I'll have to figure it out that way. If I really don't like him, these feelings will go away. Anyway, why fret about it? I slammed the menu in front of front of Miranda, reinvigorated. I'm back, baby! 2 fissures, please! Wait, what? What the heck is that called? Fissures. Huh. Oh, I can't figure out why, but Miranda feels like she should be in a different game. Her design feels slightly off from the rest so far. Kinda does, doesn't it? But anyways. Huh.
She looks, how would you say, fate?
Fate. Also, from what you're looking at, what you're seeing now is not her, is totally different from my, like, her face looks a little round from what you're seeing, but in my screen, her face is actually a little stretched. A little longer, like, a little stretched out face, like, vertically.
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird. So I can half do stuff now.
Okay,
So
cool.
she's getting 2 fissures.
What the heck is a fissure,
yes,
girl?
I'm assuming that it's a drink name.
Yeah, but I gotta. You know, let's not think of all the references. I guess. Fate stay chesty. What the heck? What the heck, Mario? I hand Miranda a $10 bill from my purse, and she gives me change and an order stand. I start to look for Ted. So you're gonna go back to your voices, all right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. It doesn't take long. I should have known he'd pick a booth in the corner way from all the noise and the lights. I'm back and better than ever. Okay, I place a number on the very edge of her table and take a seat opposite from Ted. You look like you're having fun all by yourself.
I feel a headache coming on. No, God, that's real right now for me.
Well, it'll help with the it'll help with the voices. Ted reaches over to tap our number and stand against table.
So what'd you get? How much do I owe you?
I got a fissure for both of us, so don't worry about it. It's on me.
Nicole.
Ted, please. It's totally fine. What's a soda between friends? Ted grumbles and sits back in his seat.
I don't like owing people things.
You don't owe me anything. Now stop making a funny face and loosen up. This place is supposed to be fun.
My face isn't funny.
Hey, you know what they say about fun? F is for friends who do stuff together. Not
U is for you and me.
Okay. Not usually. It's only when you get into one of your moods.
I don't have moods.
Ted sulks, getting into one of his inexistent moves, laughing. Laughing, I notice a server coming over with 2 sodas that I ordered. He places them on our table before taking our number away. From that point on, Ted and I continue making small talk. Nothing too personal. It's like we're at work, which totally sucks because it's with just the 2 of us here in the club like this. It kind of feels like a date. Do I want it to be a date? Maybe a little.
You really guzzled that down.
My eyes widen as I look down at my cup. Whoa, where'd all my soda go? Don't tell me I was spacing out again. I didn't notice, but hey, it's not something like you... I didn't notice, but hey, that's not something you say to a girl like that.
What'd I say? I only pointed it out.
Ted arches a brow quizzically. He sips demurely from his drink as if I'd be offended otherwise. Honestly, I should be used to it by now. I sigh and place a cheek on my hand, looking out at the dance floor. Everyone looks like they're having a lot of fun out there. I want to have fun too. Ted, let's dance. Ted nearly spits out his soda, wipes his mouth with a napkin, and shakes his head.
Go by yourself. I ain't going.
Seriously? Are you really bad? You're really bad at this whole girl thing. What kind of southern gentleman leaves a lady to dance all on her own? Ted gestures at himself and leans back at his seat.
This guy.
Ted, please. It'll be lame if I go out on my own.
Give me one good reason I should.
Oh God, here we go. Here's it.
We're already at level. We're at like level like 90. This is 5 more points to reach it all the way to 100.
It has to be the third one.
I'll be lonely out there. Yeah, it's gotta be the only one there. Let's do it. I guess honesty is the best policy right now, because you're the only guy I want to dance with in this club. I say it sincerely as possible so Ted doesn't think I'm messing around with him like usual. In his surprise, his eyes round and then he suddenly averts them by glancing at the dance floor.
Doki doki.
Doki doki!
You say things like that, a guy might...
Where are you? We're at 95! Go all the way! He shakes his head, blushing. A few silent seconds pass before Ted speaks up again.
Fine. I'll go dancing with you. Only because you asked so nicely.
Oh, man. Here we go. Dude, are we gonna get a CG of them dancing? Please let there be a CG of them dancing. Also, interesting how we get...
I don't think this game would have the budget for that.
I know, but still, like, seriously, like, are you, like, interestingly, like, how we get this one random character, like, out of nowhere for the club scene. But then again, we had, like, one random character out of, you know, the... But then again, she probably appeared more in, like, the original game, not the visual version. So, it is a little questionable, because, you know, we've had, like, other characters like Ron, like, Ted's dad come up here, so... At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually, like, showed off who they actually had, like, a character sprite for the actual abductor. Anyways, he slides out of his seat and gets to my side before I actually have the chance to stand. I stare at him as he extends a hand.
I'm escorting you to the dance floor, okay? Like a proper southern gent would. Now you can't complain about me not treating you proper.
Hey! Ted looks away, hiding his Oh, what a shy little boy! Oh, what a shy southern boy, I mean.
It's not like I like you or anything, baka.
Hiding away his shyness with a shaky veneer as I decide to take it, whether I decide to take it or not. Like I'm not going to? I slide my hand in his and smile. Meeting his eyes as he glances at me. Firmly, he wraps his fingers around mine and leads me away. We find an open space on the dance floor and I start to work my body into the rhythm of the dance music. They have, rhythm of the dance music they have playing here. Ted, on the other hand, just kind of stands there, awkwardly shuffling from one foot to the next.
Oh, look at me.
I try to yell over the sound of music. Dancing's not that hard, really.
I know that, I just...
Ted mumbles something I can barely hear. What did you say?
Doola. I
catch...
have no idea what that's supposed to be.
I catch sounds of some, but still no dice. Ted, I really can't hear you. You have to speak up here.
Don't laugh at me.
Ted roars so loud that I feel the force knock me back a few steps. What is this, Ace Attorney now? Completely flustered and probably embarrassed, Ted closes his eyes and begins snapping his fingers like I had. He eases his body into the rhythm and... Oh, wow. He's good. No, Ted's actually great. His body's moving to the music so fluidly. No awkward bumbles or missteps. You can dance?
I never said I couldn't.
And what's with all that hesitancy? I work my groove alongside Ted, grinning as he seems to finally get into it. He's pulling all these moves you see the pros do on TV. I'm really impressed. Now, if only we had a good... Basically, we're having a lot of disco fever here, aren't we? Where'd you learn to do all this?
Dance lessons when I was younger.
Ted suddenly reaches for me and pulls me close, locking me in frame with one hand and out the other near my hip. His fingers curl around my comfortably.
Mostly ballroom, though. It just ain't something I usually brag about.
Oh, snap! I suddenly gasp as he dips me without any warning. I look up to him to see him grinning smugly at me, knowing full well that he's surpassed my expectations. You could have warned me you were going to do that!
Shucks, that'd be no fun at all.
Ted pulls me back up, bringing me into the frame. I feel my face grow a little hot as he stares right in my face, so close to his.
Try to keep up. You're gonna look stupid otherwise.
Ted takes the lead and guides my body into following his steps. He goes slow at first, like he's trying to teach me, and even though we're in the middle of a bunch of people, it feels like just us. Wow, that's super cheesy, but there's no denying my feelings right now. Once Ted sees that I've got basics down, he's twisting and turning me through the music, laughing as he sees me catching on. I like Ted. The way my heart pounds when we hold hands or get the feeling when I see him genuinely smile only proves it. Because every time we touch, I get this feel. Okay.
Careful, otherwise we're gonna get copyright struck by Twitch.
but that's my cover version. Anyways, the night continues on like that. Of course, Ted and I takes breaks to drinks and the rest before hitting the floor again. But it's so much fun that I barely notice how tired I am until we're both leaving the club. My feet are going to be so sore tomorrow. I groan as I kick up an ankle, try to rub my foot through my shoe. I just had to wear heels tonight.
I didn't push you too hard, did I?
Are you kidding? Not at all. I had an amazing time. You should have told me you could have danced.
I don't tell anyone, it's just...
Embarrassing.
Shut up. I don't like people gawking at me like some monkey on a leash.
Well, you shouldn't worry. You'd only impress them. I think I even learned a thing or two from dancing with you. Ted pushes his hair back from his face and smiles.
I'm a pretty swell teacher, so I wouldn't be surprised.
A beat passes. Did you... Was that a joke? I point at Ted. You just made a joke! You rarely do that!
Don't make such a big deal over something like that. I can make jokes too, but baka.
Ted crosses his arms, the smile falling off his face like a badly hung painting.
Anyway, it's getting late. We should both head home.
Lame, but you're so right. I can't mess up my sleep schedule too much or Monday's going to be such hell. But I guess that means I'm off then.
She's not going to make it to her apartment. Wait, Nicole.
I stop mid-step to turn back and look at Ted
Yes?
expectantly. He looks like he has something to say, but as usual, it takes a while to say it.
You mind if I walk you home?
Hey!
You will make it back. You will.
Hey!
To make sure you're safe. I mean, I don't want anything bad to happen to you.
Hey! I'm sure that's all, Ted. Jeez, you're such a sweetheart, but that's going to put you out of your way, huh? Thanks, but no thanks. Ted, I'm a big girl. I can walk home on my own.
Alright, she's definitely not going to make it now, and he's going to feel super guilty.
I notice the slight glimpse of disappointment that runs over Ted's face. Man, I can't leave him like this now. I feel awful. I don't say anything as I lean over and coyly kiss him on the cheek. The look on his face. Hey! He looks like he got hit by a bolt of lightning. That's for the thought and the dance lessons. I wave at Ted as I hurriedly walk down the sidewalk. Good night, Ted. See you later. Distantly, Ted waves it back at me with a single hand. I can see the other reach up to slowly graze over his cheek. And if I'm not imagining it, Ted grins as his fingers run across his skin. I'm going to take that as a good sign. Why is this suddenly a dark-looking library?
Dun, dun, dun.
I know that I was going to go gung-ho about this all before, but I might be letting this abduction business finally get to me. Believe it or not, it's hard to admit, but I'm acting like an addict who needs a fix. Lately, all I can think about is finding more. It's almost like I need to go investigate or I'll go crazy. School's becoming a second priority, and that's no way to go right now, but we're getting close to the end of the year, and I have finals coming up. It doesn't seem like I'm getting much studying done in the library. I drum my fingers up and knit my brow, ignoring my open laptop in the meantime. What else did these girls have in common? I mumbled myself, trying to think hard. There has to be a reason the kidnapper picked these 3 girls. Maybe it was some random coincidence? You don't randomly abduct someone based on some coincidence. I have to figure this out. Maybe if I try outlining this step by step. When did each girl get abducted? Erin was abducted December, Alicia in April, and Yuli just this August. But more specifically, what time of day did they have to be taken at? If I think about what Kurt, Jeff, and Ted told me, it had to be nighttime. If I was the abductor, that's what I'd do. Each girl was always out way late at night. Erin would be out running, Alicia out studying,
and Yuli helping out the town. Even I must have had my first run-in with an abductor late at night. That's what those noises must have been at night. Oh,
What the heck?
No signal.
Okay, hang on. Okay, there we go. Because apparently, Switch apparently just disconnected somehow. Anyways, as for how they got abducted, I'm not sure, but I can take a pretty good guess. When they were found, each girl was reported to have traces of soporific in their body. They must have been put to sleep and then dumped in their respective places. I figured that could have happened for their abduction too. Somehow late at night they were attacked by the kidnapper and drugged with a sleeping agent, and then dragged off somewhere, I guess. That gets me thinking, where did the abductor hide these girls? It had to be somewhere out of the public eye and discreet. Even the police haven't figured this out. Wait, have they? I don't think I've read much into the investigations themselves, just the abductions. I better fix this. On my laptop, search for more on the mysterious disappearance case, as it's dubbed. However, this time I look through the search results dealing more with the investigation. This one seems detailed. It's from the local news too. Skimming through the article doesn't bring up anything useful until I got to the very end. Police reports suggest the kidnapper held victims in a certain area, but further investigation provided no hard evidence. Of course, they don't exactly say what they thought the victims would be held. They wouldn't want random people trying to look for themselves. Like me, for example. But maybe if I got a map of the town, I could figure out the place the police suspected. It's worth a shot at least. I easily find a map searching online, but where do I go from here? Is there a way to work in is there a way to work in what I know to narrow the area down? I mean, you could do that thing that police do, and you could actually put tax. You know, like that thing on the wall where they put tax on the location.
That's for tracking a lot of different things. In this case, you would only have 3 different points, which is the 3 girls and where they were found.
Apparently, the Mars said the abductor abducted the stream. But I'm just saying, like, there could be a connection. Like, they could find a center point. You know, there could be a good center point. Using those 3 locations. There's one idea I have. If I was the abductor and I wanted to dump the bodies, I'd have no choice but to do it somewhere nearby, or there's a chance I'd be seen. Yet somehow all 3 bodies appeared in different places. The article didn't mention anything about the victims being held in different places, so it's safe to assume that they were all held in the same place, which probably means this place is close to all 3 locations. The park, the campus, and the disco pub. Those feel like so far.
Oh, is she just gonna triangulate it?
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Like, find the center or something.
Oh God, is it that's so cheesy that if the kidnapper's that stupid, it's like,
Maybe if I
well.
do.
Anyways, the point in the center is going to be the chemistry building.
Why? Maybe if I do that thing where you trace a line through each spot and see if they intersect. I use my fingers for the job. While it does leave my screen slightly smudged, it actually works. I run over the same place from all 3 locations. The place they intersect happens to be here. I click on the address to look at it from a street view. And what I find outside of what looks like some old decrepit building.
Oh, okay, so it's not quite that obvious, but it's, you know.
That is definitely shady. Looking it up shows that it used to be an office building back in the day, like way back in the day. There aren't any businesses that operate from there anymore. That makes kind of perfect to house abductees, in my opinion. I know I shouldn't, but I have to check this place out, or I might get closer to figuring. No. I have to check this place out. I might end up closer to figuring this all out if I do. And I'm going to go right now to make sure I don't lose my nerve. And I know the abductor is out there somewhere, but if I make sure to get back before it gets too late, I should be fine. I think. Dun 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 dun. I hurry out of the library before I can second guess myself. It takes me way longer to find the place than I expected, even while using a navigation app on my phone. But now that I'm here, I'm thinking it was probably a bad idea to rush out like that. Oh, wow! Look at that background!
Why would you do that? Like, Nicole, you're an idiot.
For a detective, yeah. This place seriously looks creepy. The floor is wrecked, the windows are cracked. It's completely obvious no one's been here in a long while. Yeah, I think there's moss growing on the windowsills too. This place is gruff. No wonder police didn't think of anything here. Might as well look around since I'm here, but not for long, since it took me so long to find this place. It's gotten late, and being out this time is just asking for it. Oh, yeah. Oh, please don't please give me a... Why late night, and while still dressed for the club? Yeah, I just realized, why is she still wearing that outfit from the club? And also, I'm gonna ask right now, I'm gonna say this right now. Oh, gosh. Oh, man, if we get a jump scare here...
Yeah, and we're probably gonna have to leave it at a cliffhanger because we're just about at time.
Well, we got a couple. We'll put in like the like 4 more minutes. It's eerie, like when movies talk about being too quiet. I must pass through what has to be a million halls before I finally see an outline of a door nearby. Do I really want to go in there? There's no telling what to do on the other side. Yet with all the morbid possibilities that run through my mind, I still end up grabbing the grimy handle and turning it. What I find is a room. It's just
no.
It's just a room. And it's clean. I see a bare bed pushed to the wall. And a table set with 1 chair on either side and a toilet. What? What would you use a room like this for? It's almost as if it's a jail. Oh, maybe that's it! I wander around the room to try to see if there's anything of interest. One thing I do notice is that the chairs are bolted to the stone floor, so it's just a table. It doesn't take a genius to guess that the toilet and bed will do the same. So no way to move anything or break it. No window here either. There's no doubt this room is perfect for keeping someone in, which must be why the police investigated it. But since they couldn't find any hard evidence, there must be no signs of DNA or personal things. So finding this room means jack squat. It's only a possibility. But I guess it's something, though. If I assume this is where the abductor kept the girls, I wonder how he fed them. How do you keep it a secret for 3 whole days each time? Oh wait, I think back to the conversations I had about them again. Wouldn't it be easy for each girl to go missing without noticing? That's right, because they're so busy with these things, and no one would even notice. Nobody could stand Erin, so they probably didn't bother keeping tabs on her. Alicia was always out and doing her smarty pants thing, and Yulia was living alone when she was abducted. Added with what I already figured out before, it seems the abductor picked girls that he could easily take and wouldn't be easily noticed. If that's the case, why pick me? Chandra and I talk like every day. She'd notice I was missing.
Is it Chandra after all? Actually,
she'd notice I was missing right off the bat. That doesn't make sense. As much as I think about it, it can't seem to fit it together. Oh god, I swear, if she does a dialogue and then the abductor just comes up right under her face, I shake my head, stopping myself before I'm hearing the drowning song from the Sonic games, just letting you know right now. I shake my head, stopping myself before I get too far. This isn't the place to do this. Anyways, I should get out of here while I still can. I quietly exit the room, closing the door behind me. Walking back through this place is not going to be fun, but hey, maybe there's another way out. I should at least check. I head the opposite way I came, using my phone as a flashlight just for the sake of finding my footing. There's nothing in this place that I really want to see. Going farther is just as confusing as coming in. There are more doors on the walls, but creeping them open with my foot reveals a dirty, empty rooms. Whoever they are, at least they know how to pick a place with the right mood. Abandoned building, the first place you'd suspect to find something sinister to happen. Maybe the reason they found no evidence here was because this place had nothing to do with the abductions, though. I could be completely on the wrong track. Stop monologuing and get out! Get to the chopper! What am I even doing? I'm just a girl. I should have gone to the police right away the moment I even got that threatening message. Try not to solve this all on my own. Maybe I'm in way over my head. Yeah, you kinda are! I forced myself to break out of the session of self-loathing once I noticed a door similar to that one got me in here. Ooh, back entrance. I thought of something like this would exist. I feel much... Oh, look! New background! I feel much more relaxed than I am in the abandoned building. So confined and suffocating inside there. It makes me feel like I'm a heroine in a scary movie. Ha! Maybe I am right now. It looks like this entrance leads out to the back lot of the building, so I find my way back to the front of next to the street. Phew, the streetlight's on. I keep under these, and I safely made my way back to the campus. The problem is getting back in my dorm on my own, but I've been practicing a few routes. I grab my bag, and I'm about to head out of the building lot when suddenly I hear a noise. Did something rustle? God, this is such a deja vu. If I hear it again, I'm gonna do what I'd done last time and scream for help. But I don't. I don't hear anything afterwards. I exhale loudly, my body sags, and all the pent-up anxiety dissipates. I guess that really was nothing this time. All this cannot be good for health, I swear. I swear if every time I've played some scary games before, and every time you think it's like all clear, boom! Okay. I fix my hair nervously, biting my lip, and then continue my way as intended. I don't look back once. I tell myself that because I'm trying not to be overly paranoid, but honestly, I think I'm just scared of what I see if I did. Oh. Oh. I'm gonna save here.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, we're gonna end it for this one. Whew. That was so stressful to read. I'm gonna tell you right now, that was so stressful to read. Oh my gosh, hang on. I just realized the building we were just in is the same building that's shown in the title screen.
Oh yeah, I figured that.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. That's gonna be great. Anyways, so what are your thoughts?
I wish that I had been able to pay full attention and that things weren't sort of on fire for me at work. But yeah, it's like we're getting to the big climax. So
we're just gonna. It looks like we're gonna be starting at the climax next week.
Yeah, so it almost begs the question, like, do we want to go back to the one where it's with Jeff as the selection and get back to this point and then choose between the two in the end? Because my guess is that the finale is probably going to be the same regardless, but we want to kind of like keep building up the suspense. So do we want to like do that, get them both to be right before the climax, and then do the climax?
Nah, I want to get this story done in here.
Okay.
Because, like, you know, I know it'll hurt the mystery on it, but I really want to know what happens now.
But that's exactly why I'm thinking that we should go back to Jeff just to, you know, draw out the suspense.
Oh, you stink. You have a point, but okay. What do you? Oh my gosh. Will we actually have a finale? So I guess we won't be doing a finale this week then, huh? Not next week then, huh? And we'll just do Jeff's next.
That's the idea.
All right. Well, we actually made it to the 95 to affection level 95 for Ted. Can we do the same for Jeff next week? So we're gonna take this agreement that we'll go to Jeff's story next.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Oh boy. All right. And then we'll try and finish it within the month this time. Guess not. Still exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll actually hey, maybe we can do it, because considering that if we finish, next week is September, and if we finish Jeff's story at the climax, that means it'll be perfect for October.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, so that's actually a good idea. We can actually get both endings in the month of October. And that'll be perfect. Anyways, so what is your current thoughts right now, considering what you've heard?
I'm liking it.
Oh man, I'm getting, as you can tell, I've been getting a lot of suspense just from that whole thing. You can tell how fast I was reading. I was just like, oh god, is it gonna happen? I'm just waiting for it to happen. I was bracing myself for a jump scare, legitimately. But interestingly, we actually got some new background artwork and a new character sprite by the name Miranda. And that's not a bad thing. But again, yeah, her boss is kind of creepy at this point. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and we will be continuing, but we will be not continuing at the same time, but we'll be going back in time just to choose Jeff as
Just so we can get smug, smarmy Jeff.
Yeah, so we can get more of his so we can have more of that smarmy voice in there later on. So again, we thank you everyone for who coming on over to watch. And Joel, if you would like to, can you do the closing book comments?
Yes, as always, thank you very much for tuning in. We are RJ and Joel. We're here every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We've been doing Nicole lately, and we're getting to the exciting part. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, you can tune back here for D-Kai, our weekly anime podcast. And as always, we are wishing best for people who are going through tough times right now and who are fighting for racial justice. For education resources and support, please go to blacklivesmatters.carrd.co.
Yes, and we hope you guys have enjoyed our time here, and that'll be it. And again, we will be continuing on. And what if I actually remember correctly, what are you guys going to be talking about tomorrow? For this,
we're going to be doing a rewind to 2003 as part of a celebration of Birthday coming up, the Digital Era Entertainment anniversary.
Wow, it was made in 2003. I hope to make that one. At least in terms of the chat, I mean. Anyways, so thank you guys for watching. This has been another episode of Nicole with RJ and Joel. Anyways, hello everybody, welcome. This is RJ here. Today we are going to be doing, I'm going to be waiting till Joel comes in, but for right now, hello everybody, this is RJ coming into you live. We are playing Nicole again. At the current moment, we are still doing setups, but hope you guys have been enjoying, especially with the Decode podcast, discussing all about the recent things that's happened in the world of video games. Ow, my ears. And hopefully I got everything up. Good, set, live, and we're good. Ooh, I need to put on a shirt. Don't know why I did that, because apparently... Okay, so today has been an interesting day, I'll be considering my thoughts, but as I wait for Joel, I will be ready for explaining my thoughts on what's been going on with the whole Mario thing. I actually recently pre-ordered the Mario 3D All-Stars, just because, let me get it. I can get it. This is a limited time thing. Oh, thanks for alarm. Anyways, this is a limited time thing that's going to be happening. And I'm just like, let me get it, because I feel like if I'm going to get a chance to finally play Super Mario Sunshine on and stream it and not deal with the bullcrap that is converters.
Hello there.
Hello! Anyways, we are live here. Hello, Joel. Welcome.
Hey there. So, I was thinking about where we are in the story, and I had an idea for this week.
What's up?
I think we should go back to the divergence point where we pick our suitor.
Yeah, we were gonna be choosing Jeff today.
Yeah. Okay. I couldn't remember if we had discussed that last week or not.
We did. Yeah. So right around here.
Last week was a bit of a blur.
Yeah. Last week is basically okay. So for those who are not aware, let's give a good recap. Hello, everyone. This is another episode of Nicole. Of Nicole with RJ and Joel. Last week, what happened is we chose Ted as the route to go to. We found out
we had picked Ted the week before that.
Oh, we did? The week before it? Or yeah. I thought it was last week.
Nope, it was the week before that.
Ah, Okay, so we continued on the Ted route. We found a new character, went to a disco club, got some romance going on, but in the more of the form of dancing. And apparently we got some messages. Yeah, some messages. Anyways, so this week we're not going to continue on Ted's story, which is basically right here. So what we're going to be doing,
which is right about at the we suspect the climax is near, because the last thing that happened in Ted's story was we discovered an abandoned warehouse that had a room that was essentially formatted like a prison cell, that just in this dilapidated old warehouse, there was this one room with hardwood floor, a bed,
and all
a desk,
like
a
glued to the
toilet.
floor too.
Yeah, so we discovered what we think is either the kidnapper's hideout or where they were keeping the girls who were kidnapped. And since you only get to experience that big, reveal twist once, we decided, all right, let's wait. Let's go back to the divergence point, because we had agreed that we wanted to do 2 paths. We're not going to do all 4, but we wanted to do Ted's and we wanted to do Jeff's.
All right.
So we're going to rewind the hands of time a little bit this week and start going through the other path. And once we catch up to where Jeff is, what I figure we can do is just let's go one scene at a time in each until we hit that, big reveal point.
All right, so
And obviously, if we encounter any scenes here that are repeats of ones in Ted's story, we can just blaze through them.
All right. So sorry, Darren. Sorry, Kurt. But Ted and Jeff seem to be like the better options.
That is to say, they're more fun to voice.
Yes. I say for me it was Kurt that's actually fun, just because let's see what kind of spiral it goes to.
Like, Kurt's fun to voice. He's more fun to voice than Darren for sure. But I prefer like smarmy, sassy, know-it-all boy over Gary Oak.
All right. Well, let's get it going on then. Oh right. Let me. Boop, there. You can read it a little better now.
Yes.
All right. We choosing Jeff and go.
Jeff, I choose you. Wait, that's the wrong video game.
Ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum. All right, we ready to go? Let's go. So this is why Nicole wanted my. So this is why Jeff wanted my number so badly. To text me orders. Uh-oh. Oh wait.
Assistant, I require your presence at the town pharmacy this afternoon. Be punctual.
I actually like that they actually use that for text messages. Also, woo. That's got to be some interesting backlight. Anyways, this has to be like the 3rd time I've read this. I read over this text. It seems like a harmless request, but if I know Jeff, it's probably going to be it's going to be anything but harmless. Oh boy, I need to relax a few seconds. Today's been a weird day. Ow.
Also, let's dismiss. I can't tell if it's on the stream or just on our back end, the OBS part with the banner at the top.
Yeah.
You can just dismiss that on our end.
Click.
Thank you. Yeah, 'cause that increases my screen availability a bit.
Okay. All right. Should I do it? I'm done with classes for today, and I don't have much else planned. Fine, I guess I can go. I mean...
You're going to do it because the plot demands it.
I mean, what's the worst Jeff can do if I don't? On second
Kidnap you.
On second thought, I shouldn't think too hard on that. I'm supposed to head to the pharmacy in town, huh? I think I passed by it a few times when I was out and about. I should be able to find it, no problem. What is the problem is that I'm still not so sure about this whole being Jeff's assistant thing. It almost feels like I'm cheating my way to an A. I know Jeff's only going to talk me up to Professor Garber, but it still feels wrong. I should be earning this A, not bribing unhinged lab assistants for it. Not bribing unhinged lab assistants for it. but this isn't too much an advantage, right? It's not like it just landed on my lap. I don't see anyone else on their way to the pharmacy. I'm totally earning this. I just have to keep telling that to myself. I'm totally earning this. I'm totally earning this. I decide to head straight to the pharmacy from my classroom. I'm already dressed, so there's no reason to stop by my room. After passing by the school gates, I stroll into town. How's everything? How's the volume for everyone right now? Dude?
Me?
Yeah, how's the volume for you?
Oh, I thought you were. It's all fine for me. I thought you were asking the chat.
Yeah, I'm also asking the chat for you and you.
Well, it's fine on my end.
Okay, cool. Whew. Okay. Now, where did I see this pharmacy before? I think it was close to the convenience store? Maybe? Now that I think about it, I do pass the pharmacy.
Oh, are we gonna go bother Ted after handling our business at the convenience store?
Uh-oh. Do I pass the pharmacy on the way to my part-time job there? It's as good as it's as good as a bet as any. I don't have any better leads. Might as well go with my gut. To my luck, it actually pays off. Halfway down my regular route, I spot the pharmacy down the street. Shopping carts are pushed to the side carts are pushed down to the side of the glass doors, and there are ads and other local advertisements taped to the windows. Ooh, new background! Inside of the pharmacy is pretty nice. It's clean with a white linoleum flooring. I said that right? At the
I believe it's linoleum.
Yeah, I think I said it right then. At the front is where all the registers are, and past that are shelves of random household merch. To the very, very back is the medicine counter where people get their goods. I like how Jeff didn't tell me where he'd be in the pharmacy, like I'm psychic or something, but I can figure it out. I should get in touch with him. Easy. I try to call him from the front of the store, looking around as I do in case he manages to pass me by. The good news is the call connects, but the bad news is it goes straight to Jeff's voicemail. Wow, did he hang?
Come on, no. He works here.
Wow.
He's on duty. He has his phone put away, and he's behind the counter.
Wow, did he hang up on me? Forever remembers having to say that out loud for the first time because of Little Shop of Horrors in high school. At least I know it's on, and Jeff's alive. I guess he's in the middle of something. Can't imagine what it'd be. Whoa, hello there. Apparently he's not busy enough to be unable to text too. Go to the back. His text message says, "Well, mystery solved. Looks like Jeff is near the drugs." I really should have seen that coming. I pass through the aisles until I get to the back counter. It's completely partitioned off of the partitioned off of the rest of the store counter by counter. Off the store by counter, and a glass sheet that nearly reaches the ceiling. If I look through it, I can see the word pharmacy on the wall. Oh, so basically this background is basically the back of it. There's a doorway built where I can see the stock shelves in the back room, but that's not more noticeable than the person working at the counter. Oh, that's his work uniform, huh? Jeff's standing behind
Oh, that explains why he got that, dapper outfit all of a sudden.
I guess so.
I've never seen, a pharmacist employee dressed like that. But okay.
Yeah, the only pharmacists I've seen are CVS, and they were completely different uniforms. Anyways, Jeff's standing behind one of the openings of the partition, right in the middle of speaking with a customer. His eyes acknowledge that I'm there as he continues to chat. I don't really mind. He's behind the counter. Must be part of his job. I had no idea he worked here. I thought the pharmacy was just some arbitrary decision. I take a seat on the chair to the side. Standing around will look just totally awkward. And it's a lot of comfier to check roller this way. Ooh, cool! A DIY for tie-dye shorts. Totally saving that for the summer season. Uh-huh. How many of y'all actually save those types of things and never look into it later on? Be honest. I don't finish the tutorial.
Raise your hand in the chat.
I don't finish the tutorial before the customer leaves. Eventually, out of the corner of my eye, I see the customer part from the counter with a white baggie in hand. Looks like Jeff is all free now.
I stand to my feet and pocket my phone. I can already feel his full attention is on me. Hey, Jeff.
Assistant.
Jeff nods at me from the other side of the counter.
Excellent job on arriving so promptly. You only prove that I have excellent taste when it comes to picking subordinates.
I think that's supposed to be a compliment. Thank you. I haven't done anything like this before, but how hard can it be, right?
Oh, it'll be hard. I wouldn't need to hire you if it was easy.
Alright, he's got a point there. Way to harsh my mellow, Jeff. It's almost like you want me to hate doing this.
I don't care how you personally feel about being my assistant as long as you do an acceptable job with it. However, I didn't call you here for an evaluation. I wanted to ask I wanted to talk more in depth about the potion I mentioned before.
Potion? Ah, so we're finally getting to the deets of what Jeff's aiming to make. I lean in curiosity, but I go so far that I accidentally bump my head against the glass. Hold on. I drop down to my haunches so my face is level with a small opening for hands. Ha, I'm so clever. Okay, hit me. Jeff's voice drops to a whisper. Alright, time to do some ASMR.
Assistant, while I do enjoy how much of a fool you're making of yourself.
Jeff's eyes move as though they're spotting something behind me, and I slowly turn in place to see that there's another customer waiting in line. I almost look like I'm trying to squeeze my head through this opening now. That's not normal. Quickly, I straighten up and do my best to act like I'm not completely embarrassed out of my mind. Sorry, go ahead, I didn't know you were there. I shuffle out of the way and to the side again. As I do so, I hear Jeff call after me using that fake nice voice of his.
Nicole, I'll be on break right after this.
Okay, I'll be, around. After that, there's no way I'm staying where that customer can see me. I'll just window shop the aisles. This should be a good time waster. Plus, I can hide away until the coast is clear. But all they have are pills and syrups and more pills here! I should have expected it. And when I decide to wander...
Hey, that's relevant because they're doing an update to Left 4 Dead 2.
Really?
Yeah, it was announced recently that they're doing their first update in, however many years. So, Peel's here.
I was surprised. Wait, how long has it been since they actually had an update? But anyways, I've only just seen mod videos. But anyways, let's go back here. When I decide to wander into the aisle for non-prescriptive medication, but still boring. I wonder if I should stock up on ibuprofen while I'm here. Because of Jeff. Good one, me. No, seriously, working for Jeff sounds like it's going to be a real headache. Just keep telling yourself that. Just keep telling yourself that you're doing it for the A, Nicole. Do it for the A.
Was Vine a thing in 2013? I think it was.
What? I think it was. Wait. What? Oh yeah, right.
What?
That's like do it for the Vine thing, right?
I think maybe
because I remember that was a thing in Vine. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec.
For those of you joining us for the first time, this game was made in 2013 and it dates itself regularly. So anytime we spot a reference, we always go back and be like, all right, does this scan?
Oh wow, this thing was this thing had a life. Vine had a life of 7 years, from January 24, 2013 to January 17th, 2017. Surprised it lasted that long. But yep, there you go. Is that 2013? Do it for the Vine. Anyways. But since ibuprofen's on the brain, I can pick up one of these more generic bottles and take a look. I don't know what I was expecting besides a list of complicated ingredients and directions. How does anyone manage to spend time at a pharmacy? Oh, that's right. They don't. I place the bottle back on the shelf and turn, and then see someone else is checking out the medications. Oh, I know this person! Ted, is that you? Ted turns around as he hears me. He's my superior at the convenience store. He's my superior at the convenience store I work part-time at. He can be a little rough when it comes to social interaction, but he's a nice guy. Hey, it's nice to see you.
Huh? Likewise, I suppose. Didn't expect to see you here, Nicole.
He waves a bottle he's holding.
You know if there are any cheaper brands in this one? I ain't looking to pass up a deal if I can help it.
Lady, I don't work here. Wow, classic Ted. I lean in to take a look at what this cheapskate is holding. Oh, cough medicine. Are you feeling sick?
Ain't for me. It's for my pa. He's been under the weather since yesterday, and we're fresh out of cough syrup back home.
No, not the dream, Daddy.
I can't remember what brand he gets, and even if I did, I bet my britches he picks some name brand when they are perfectly cheaper alternatives.
There are. Ted crosses his arms like there's no arguing with him. There usually isn't, but it's mainly because he's so darn stubborn he won't listen to a word you say. I guess we can scope out all the prices and compare?
Lost visual.
Oops, sorry. Beep. There we go.
Of all these? That sounds like it'd be a waste of so much time.
Hey, it's not like you had any better ideas. Ted arches a brow. He's about to say something, but he just falls silent. Then he just plain appears angry. I was only saying.
Not you.
Oh, that can only mean one thing.
Dun dun dun.
Ted shakes his head at me.
I just noticed there's a snake in the grass.
Yep, it can only mean one thing. Wait, what does he mean by that? I turn to see what Ted's looking at. There's Jeff, leaning his shoulder against the aisle like he's amused what he sees.
My assistant, the company you keep. You did seem like the type to pick up a stray dog on the side of the road.
Ooh.
Who you calling a dog?
As Ted advances on Jeff, I step in between the two with my hands held out. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that there's some bad blood here. Hey, maybe we shouldn't beat each other. Maybe we shouldn't beat each other up in the middle of a pharmacy. I like that idea.
I mean, why not? You'll be able to get all the bandages you need. I ain't the one asking for a fight. I was only making an observation.
Jeff inches behind me and stables his hand on my shoulders like a frightened child.
Can you believe it, assistant? How terrible he acts towards me. I only want to be his friend, but it's hard to be friends with someone who yells all the time, don't you think? I don't yell!
No, Dancing Red Sox says bad blood or yaoi undertones.
The answer is yes.
I don't think pointing out that he just did will help the situation very much.
And we ain't friends. Never have been and never will. You've been busting my chops ever since the day we met. And wasn't that a wondrous day?
Wait, I'm confused. Are you guys friends or are you not?
We are. We aren't.
The two of them answer near simultaneously.
How do you happen to be acquainted to the cowboy assistant?
Jeff leans in and sniggers in my ear.
That's my nickname for him, if you hadn't guessed. Clever, wouldn't you agree? It's both fitting and utterly ridiculous.
Oh, I get it, like the cowboys from the South. I flinch as Ted leers angrily at my direction. Sorry, but it was a little funny. But anyways, Ted and I work at the convenience store together. You can call him my boss.
That's right, and Nicole unfortunately knows you because...
Jeff lets go of my shoulders so he can stand beside me.
Nicole happens to be my assistant. Assistant? An assistant is someone who... I know what a dang assistant is. Ah, my mistake. I wasn't sure if you were introduced to that level of vocabulary just yet. I must say I am impressed.
Ted's nostrils flare up for a moment. I think he's going to explode, but he takes a deep, tense breath and relaxes.
You know what? I don't actually give a hoot anymore. I have my own things to take care of, so leave me alone. I'll see you at work, Nicole. Take care of yourself.
Ted pointedly stares at Jeff, then stomps off to look at the cold medicine again. Man, just watching that exchange wore me out. Would you have been a little nicer to him?
Me? Are you suggesting I was being otherwise?
Don't tell me that was you being nice.
Definitely not, but it wouldn't be fun to admit it right off the bat like that.
Can we just talk about the potion now? Pretty please? If we don't, I think I'm going to go crazy.
Yes, excellent thinking. My break is limited, and I will be kept busy afterward.
Jeff wrinkles his nose in distaste.
A shame, but anyway, yes. The potion I want to create. Tell me, assistant, do you know of the chemical oxytocin?
I do. But apparently my character hasn't. No, I haven't heard of that before. What does it do?
It's a hormone we mammals create, and for what it does many things. But the most central and well-known is its role in attachment.
Uh-oh. I think I know where he's going with this.
He's trying to make a love potion.
Potion number 9. Anyways, by attachment, do you mean getting close to someone?
Sorry, there's a dog barking outside my apartment.
Well, it's better than fireworks in my area.
In every aspect of the word, yes. Familial, sexual, platonically, oxytocin is released when we participate in behaviors that reinforce this sort of bonding. What I aim to do is create a potion that mimics this effect.
What is this magical stirring that he's doing right now? This guy's literally trying to make a love potion. This is weird, but is it possible? Like, that's I mean, he's right on the oxytocin part, but I'm like, really? You're making a love potion? Anyway, Jeff raises his arms into the air as though he's about to make a proclamation to the heavens.
The thing with Jeff that's so interesting is the fact that despite he's very, very smart. He is able to basically wield a dual persona. That it's not split personality, it is just, he wears a very convincing mask, but when he drops his mask, holy cow, that he's half almost supervillain, but he's also actually deep down, like, flair for the dramatic and in some ways completely clueless. Like the whole thing with him whispering in our ear, just like, don't you get it? Cowboy is my nickname. It's like, yeah, I got that joke. You didn't need to explain that. I can't tell if that's him being condescending or if he thinks that type of thing is like actually more clever than it is.
Well,
And this whole thing of like him, he calls himself an alchemist. He calls this a potion. That this type of flair for the dramatic is like, it's very interesting, and I can't tell, like, is it's almost like stereotypical otaku behavior in some ways.
Oh dear.
But anyways,
Anyways,
perhaps even super
The moment he starts screaming, I leap forward and plant a hand over his loud mouth. Thank goodness there aren't that many people near us besides Ted, and he seems hell-bent on ignoring anything that comes from Jeff's mouth. Inside voice, Jeff, okay? I wait until I get a nod of the head before I step back.
My apologies. I tend to lose myself when it comes to alchemy. I'm usually much more contained.
Jeff loosens his collar and clears his throat.
Thank you, Assistant. It wouldn't do to reveal my hand to the world quite like that.
Yeah, you're telling me. You basically yelled out something that could have been... Well, you know, what if you were yelling something, people would call you crazy? And no one would... Yeah, let's just go, like, just yelling out something like that would probably give you some eyes among the surrounding customers. And Ted.
No, really, is there an easy way to tell people that you have a fake personality and your real one is actually kind of weird? Anyway, you want to make a potion?
I prefer to be called Mad Genius, thank you.
For a second, I was gonna remember that line from Lilo and Stitch. I prefer the term evil genius!
Dr. Jumba Jukiba, what a character.
Yes. Anyways, but if we had to do mad genius, whatever.
Remember, Aang, you have to think like a mad genius.
I'm trying to remember where that was from.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, King Boomy.
Oh, right! Jeez, man. And again, I haven't seen that show in years, even though it's on Netflix.
This moment is not sponsored by Netflix. Yes. Anyway, you want to make a...
If you have Netflix, go watch Great Pretender.
Oh, I actually have. I saw the first episode. That's cool. Again?
It's really good. It is in my running for Anime of the Year. By the way, the Dekai podcast, our weekly anime podcast, which I'm on with Mario, Franji, and Emmy, will be at Crunchyroll Expo tomorrow. That's going to be at 12:15 Pacific, 3:15 Eastern. You need to sign up for a free virtual badge, but we hope you'll join us. And I'm going to make this announcement again at the end of the show, but hey, while we're on anime, do that, because it's great. And watch Great Pretender, because for me, it is in my top 2 anime of the year so far. It is that good. Still not sponsored by Netflix or Crunchyroll. But if Netflix or Crunchyroll want to sponsor us, we're always open, so contact us. Yeah.
Getting them D-sponsorships. Thank you very much. Anyway, you want to make a potion that makes people like you? Am I following you?
Also, Ted could probably be hearing this, or he just wants to ignore this whole thing.
That is correct.
And is that even something you can make?
Do you doubt me?
I held up a hand and pinched my index finger and thumb together. Just a bit. It sounds too good to be true. If something like that could be made, I think it would have been made already.
True, the motive is there. However, is the passion, the genius? No. Where others have failed, I will succeed. I am a modern-day alchemist.
Inside voice! I quickly remind him before he gets out of hand again. I've got to say, the way he goes on about makes me buy that he can really make this potion.
Genius will not be silenced, but for the sake of secrecy, I will do as you said.
Jeff removes a folded piece of blue-lined notebook paper from his pocket.
I've been formulating a recipe for this potion for quite some time now. I want you to conduct the most perfect synthesis. These are the ingredients I'll require.
Oh man, making the synthetic... Oh, it's like a little envelope.
Of course, you learned that in beginner's level origami.
Wow, he knows origami. Carefully, I slide out the flap top of the paper envelope and start unfolding it from there. Jeff's handwriting is all chicken scratchy like a doctor's, but I can still make it out.
Oh God, can you? For those who let me tell you something about when you do medical orders and you have to read someone's handwriting. It is 50% chance of actually understanding what they're writing. That's all I'm gonna say. But this also basically tells me is like a good summary of what it's like trying to read prescriptions and medical orders that are written in hand and not computerized. Hence why a lot of people would prefer orders from a computer answer. Midnight Trombone, Flower Nectar.
Oh, that's not trombone. That's midnight trombone.
I somehow read as trombone.
Yeah, trom is a sort of a wooden plant.
Petunia, pure salt, ginger roots, cream, strawberries, mint.
2 parts salt, pepper. What is it? Philosopher's Stone. To taste.
Jeff adds that noticing how weirded out I sound by the last 3 ingredients. Well, okay, the last 3 should be easy, and it shouldn't be too hard to find ginger and salt, but do the first 2 really exist?
They certainly do. At least, they should.
Where'd you get this ingredient list anyway?
Research.
Yeah, but what were you researching?
That will be my little secret. But it is as you said. I have no trouble finding the last 3 items, and the other 2 shouldn't be too difficult either. But as for the nectar and the petunia, I haven't the foggiest clue of where to find them. It is so irksome to be so close and yet at a standstill. This is why I require an assistant service. Perhaps you will be the final push I need to make it past this.
Push you real good! You're right about that. If you have no clue where to find these, what makes you think I will? Because frankly, I don't even know where to start searching for these.
You're a decently intelligent girl. Surely you'll think of something.
Easy for you to say. I read over Jeff's list of ingredients one more time. Midnight, Tromb, Flower Nectar, and Opuntia.
Like, I know a lot of words. That's a word I don't know.
Opuntia. I should name it. You know what? I think I just found my name for my D&D character. Opuntia. It's no use. I have no idea where.
What one second? I'm looking this one up.
Okay. That's someone outdoorsy would know.
Opuntia, commonly called prickly pear. Genus in the cactus family.
Interesting. I bet someone outdoorsy would know. What kind of things sound... These things sound like stuff you'd find in nature, but who would be knowledgeable about that kind of stuff? All that, and they have a good head on their shoulders in general. Wait, don't they know someone like that? Jeff, would you consider Ted to be the outdoorsy type?
Cowboy. Now that you mention it, he does seem to be a typical Boy Scout. I do seem to recall him mentioning camping once or twice.
Yeah, if he's willing to put himself through a camping trip, he must be like the outdoors at least a little bit. Maybe I should ask Ted. I don't know. Would Jeff think that's a good idea? Ultimately, it's up to him, as much as I hate to admit it. Uh-oh.
Well, we save.
Alright, so just to make sure, we're not touching we're not touching these. These are Ted's. We're gonna just go all
and make sure to not overwrite the divergence point.
Alright, so this whole section right here is just gonna be Jeff's, except this part right here.
Yep.
Okay, so let's override this in here, and then alright, so what do you think we should do? Ask Ted, ask Jeff about your idea, let Jeff handle
Jeff's way too proud to handle it on his own. I would say just ask Ted. Just ask him.
You know, if I have a good idea, I should go with it. Who cares what Jeff thinks is a good idea? I got an idea, just a second. I hurry over to Ted without waiting for his plan. However, Jeff persistently follows after me.
Assistant, what are you doing?
Ted, hey! I stop Ted just as he's about to leave the aisle. Pretty awesome timing on my part.
You need something? What are you two doing?
Finally, Jeff catches up. Catches up to us. Catches up to the two of us, frowning. Uh-oh, I don't think this is her.
Hold on, he might be impressed yet. Assistant, what is the meaning of this?
Well, you know what we were just talking about? I thought we could ask Ted to help. Oh!
And you decided this on your own without asking for my input.
If you put it like that, of course it's gonna sound bad. I knew you'd agree with it either way, so I didn't think I had to. Jeff doesn't seem to agree with the idea. He lowers his eyelids, obviously upset, but Ted steps in before things get ugly.
Okay, go back.
Oh, wow! We increased for Ted.
Dang! I was right.
No, that was for Ted.
Wait, it was Ted's? Oh, dang, never mind, go back.
Oh my god.
Because last time, like, earlier on, one of the first things that we did that impressed Ted was being kind of defiant.
Wait, did you see that hand just appear out of nowhere?
No, I missed it.
Here, I'm gonna show you.
Oh, yeah, how about that? That's a bug.
Alright, anyway, so let's ask Jeff about the idea then.
Yeah, ask him about the idea.
I think I have an idea, but I'm not so sure about it.
An idea is still an idea. What is it?
Also, I love the fact that we were able to increase Ted's and not Jeff's.
Yeah, that's the first time that we've seen the ability to raise relationship stat for someone who is not the focus of the scene.
As Dancing Red Sox said, boosted the wrong boy.
I know you and Ted don't exactly get along, but I was thinking, since he's right there, and you said it yourself, he's the type to know about outdoorsy things. Jeff picks up on what I'm trying to say before I even finish my train of thought.
There we go.
That we should ask him about that flower. Brilliant, assistant. I couldn't have put it better myself.
Do you think he'll help us after everything you just said to him? I have a hard time believing it.
Pish posh, you underestimate the soft, mushy kindness that lies in the pit of Cowboy's heart. You simply crack open the hard exterior, and he's like putty in your hands.
Oh, pish posh. Sorry, I had to remember.
Pish posh.
I'm just remembering that one scene when Mose. If you've ever seen the life of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and the hotel had Mr. Mosby lost his voice and someone had to imitate him, and the way he said pish posh was just like stuck in my head for like all time now. Every time I see the word pish posh. Anyways.
Pish posh, you underestimate the soft, mushy kindness that lies in the pit of Cowboy's heart. Simply crack open the hard exterior, and he's like putty in your hands.
Oh god, thanks, man. Jeff gestures me to follow after him after he takes the lead towards Ted. It looks like he's about to leave. Before he's out of the aisle, Jeff places a few fingers in his mouth and lets out a piercing whistle.
I can't. I'm trying to do a contained whistle that's not going to blow out the mic, and I don't think I can. So let's just keep going.
Ow, seriously? At least... Ow, seriously? At least it catches Ted's attention.
What in the hell do you want now?
One eye closed, cringing in pain, and his hands are held loosely over his ears.
Settle down, cowboy. Believe it or not, I actually came here to ask for your help. Which, I might add, was thanks to my assistant here.
Jeff gestures at me, standing right behind him.
Unlike me, she seems to have faith in your intelligence. We will see if it is... We will see now if it is unfounded. Every word I hear come out of your fancy pants mouth makes me want to turn around and go. But if Nicole thinks I can help you out, well, it would be very polite of me to turn it down. Just saying you're lucky because she's asking is all. Wait, it increases either way. It's a freebie.
It's the freebie, but too bad we ain't oh man, too bad we ain't going for him. But that's pretty nice. Anyways.
Also, does this mean that there's... Is it impossible to get 100% on Ted? That this scene did not occur in Ted's timeline. So
again, there's different.
I guess there has to be like that. Those 5 points have to be obtainable in other ways in his path. But anyways.
Yeah, anyways. Ted gives me a small smile in my direction. Oh, I'll take it. I was just going with that guy. Have you ever heard of a midnight Traumflower or Opuntia?
Puntia.
Opuntia. Ted hums unsurely as he takes in the names.
That second thing don't ring any bells, but the flower name sounds familiar. The Midnight Traum Flower, I ain't positive, but can't you find those in the school's arboretum? It's truly that close by.
I raise a hand. Wait, what's an arbitorium? What's an arboretum?
Arboretum is, a place where there's trees and whatnot, but that's a slightly different word. That's...
Jeff gives me a look like I'm a kid that just interrupted the adults talking.
Nicole, very well, if I must. It's the responsibility of every good superior to make sure their assistants are kept up to speed.
Man, it's like that scene from Sankaray. It's like, oh man, I need hydrangea. How do you pronounce those things? Hydrangea leaves. And it's like, I need hydrangea leaves. Oh look, my house happens to be near a lot of them.
How convenient.
I know. Have you heard of Sankaray?
Nope.
Sankaray, basically a rich girl who wants to die, but then comes back as a zombie thanks to the special potion that this guy that she was talking to made. Like, because apparently what he wanted was to revive his cat, which died, and then for some reason his grandfather's shelf has this formula for resurrection, which he didn't know was actually a zombie potion. And now the cat is basically a living dead, but has to eat hydrangeas.
I mean, it said resurrection.
Yeah.
It didn't necessarily say it was, completely unaltered resurrection. They still died, so it wasn't false.
Yeah, but they need to keep eating hydrangeas to keep themselves sane.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, and then the girl had died from an accident because apparently she was trying to run away from her father, who was trying, Okay, rich upbringings and rich fathers and all that jazz. And anyways, let's continue here. Anyways, so
Yeah, it is an arboretum. For some reason I thought it was spelled with an I, not an E. An arboretum is simply a place where plants that will be studied are cultivated and grown. You can consider it a type of outdoor museum for plants. Like I said, I'm no expert, but I do think I've come across the name on one of the signs in there.
Wow, Ted's right. That could be a huge lead. However, Jeff doesn't seem as impressed as I am.
Not as useful as Nicole suggested, but somewhat. I suppose you have proved you possess at least a grade schooler's level of intelligence.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Before Ted can shoot back a retort, Jeff holds up a finger and then quietly heads to the section of the shelf to pick up a bottle of cold medicine.
Here you are.
He tosses it towards Ted, and the other boy barely reacts to catching the time.
Hey! You were looking for the best deal on cold medicine, correct? It's that one. Not the cheapest, but it is potent. The one you hold now is cheaper, but will take longer for your father to get better. Well, if there's one thing you're good for, it's knowing your stuff about medicine.
And about brands. Because anyways. Ted hands over the cheap stuff and takes the bottle that Jeff threw at him.
That all? You done with me? You're free to leave.
Thanks for the help, Ted.
Yeah, don't mention it. Good luck with whatever it is.
You've unintentionally helped create a love potion. Anyways. Ted gives a find out a wave before he takes off for the registers. Once he's finally gone, Jeff turns to me with a satisfied smile on his face.
That's that then. We head to the school arboretum immediately.
But Ted didn't sound...
Don't you have to?
Oh, he does. Well, we'll see. But Ted didn't sound too sure if the flower was there or not. What if it isn't?
Ah, Nicole, my dumbfounded if darling assistant. It will definitely work out in the end. Do not fear.
I'm super skeptical, but it won't do to have Jeff be the optimistic one around here. Yeah, you're right. We shouldn't psych ourselves out yet. How much longer do you have for your break? Jeff takes a look down at his watch.
I was supposed to be back about 2 minutes ago.
That's not good.
I suppose that's my cue to take my leave. I will formulate a time and date for the expedition and inform you accordingly. For now, this is goodbye.
And just like that, Jeff heads back to the counter again, all alone in the cold medicine aisle. I just realized. You notice how they were having all fun in there in that aisle? In the cold medicine aisle, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean they were chillin'? Anyways.
Yes, it's intentional that I left that good several seconds completely silent.
And I was grinning the whole time. If only I had a camera, just so you could see what my face looked like. Anyways, so he wants to make a potion that makes people like you. It sounds amazing, but can adding all these ingredients together in some magic pot really work? See, the thing is, it's not a magic pot. It's probably a test tube or a beaker. Or heck, what do you know? It could be a pot, because sometimes you need metal to hold all that oil in. Anyways.
I prefer the term cauldron, thank you very much.
Okay. Anyways. Well, whether it works or not, all I need to do is help out Jeff. I get Mr. Garver to like me, he gets to do his alchemy thing, and everybody wins! At least if I can believe it.
If we ever get to meet Professor Garver, his voice is Dr. Jukiba's, is Jumba's.
Ooh. Oh no! Every time I enter our school's athletic area, I feel like a fish out of water. Wait, this seems oddly familiar, but let's have a look here.
Yeah, I think we've seen this scene, but let's go through it.
I'm okay with being outside, but I'm not exactly what you call the athletic type. I'm a type of girl who got all her physical education credits by easy elective courses. But hey, at least I learned how to swing. Oh, wait a second, and I got close. Yep, this is it. Yep.
Okay, so let's fast forward through this because I think this is the one where Mandry tells her about the girl.
Yeah, but then ooh, park.
Ooh, okay. Go back. Want to make sure that we get the transition here.
Okay. In either case, I better remember the stuff he told me about Aaron. Kind of weird how he knew all that, but I guess even Kurt's got to know something.
Okay, yeah. So we had been through that scene. If you missed previous ones, bottom line is Kurt knew one of the 3 girls who had been kidnapped. She was on the track team and was basically a loner. That she was very good and very talented, but would do most of her practicing on her own and wasn't terribly sociable. She was kidnapped one night while doing a run and was dropped off 3 days later on a bench on the path that she usually ran.
Dun, dun, dun.
This begins the little subplot where the boys tell us that each of them has known one of the three victims, or at least we know that Jeff knew the studious girl, and then I forget who it was that knew the third one.
Wait, who was that knew the third one?
Or maybe we didn't get info on the third one from anybody.
I think we did, but I just forgot who it was.
Well, let's keep going. We'll see. But the next scene was definitely a unique one.
Right. No. So Kurt told about Darren. Ted told about the girl that does the charity work, and Jeff was the one that told about the smart girl who just studies all day. So only Ted.
That's right, which increases the suspicion on Darren. Because I'm still not sure, like, I was looking on... Oh, I feel so bad right now. I'm forgetting the company that released this game.
Batalakia? Oh, no, they're the ones that published it, sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, so I was looking at the website, and it mentioned that it's possible to date the kidnapper, which I hadn't realized before. So we have our four suspects.
Wait. Hold on a flippin' second. The website said that?
Yeah, 1 second. I'll bring up the page and read out the description. That I figure if it's on the box, that it's not a spoiler.
Okay. Anyways,
1 second.
So I'm gonna transition next. While you do that.
Yeah.
I take a moment to stretch my arms toward the sky. The sun feels so nice today.
So, game description. Nicole is a dating simulator that revolves around your day-to-day life as a college student. Classes, homework, and mystery abductions. You can take up part-time jobs to earn money, explore various locations, do recreational and extracurricular activities, and meet intriguing characters like Darren, Kurt, Jeff, and Ted. You might even get to date the culprit. And under features, it's 4 different boys to date with 10 different endings. Discover the true identity of the culprit. Careful, you could be dating him. So, I did not realize initially that was an option. I was under the impression that, all right, in the end, it's not any of them, and we have to figure out who it is, and then, like the 4 boys band together and help us vanquish the evil. But unless the box is, just completely teasing and lying to us, it has to be one of them.
Well, time to figure out who it is.
This now makes my suspicion go to Darren, mostly because he is the only one who doesn't give us information about one of the victims. Also because just he's the one that we know the least about, and just the person who's been contacting us has made these burner email accounts, and we already know that Darren is relatively well versed, that he has his alter ego of Bois on roller, and my guess is that if the culprit is one of the 4, it would be him, and that just like he found out about the girls because they followed him on roller or something. I feel like Madry just isn't smart enough, and he's too busy with football practice and everything to do this type of thing.
I also have a question. Would that also mean that Darren's completely shy personality was a ruse?
Potentially, but it all then could come down to motive and what's going on. Because the other thing that's so interesting about these kidnappings is the girls are gone for 3 days and then show up again unharmed, with traces of an opioid in their system and no memory of the 3 days. But the fact that they're unharmed is what's so interesting. I still stand by the fact that I think that Jeff is the red herring, because for the guy that works in the pharmacy, and the fact that we know there's an opioid in the system of the victims, that feels like it's just too obvious. It couldn't be. I hope that's not the case.
Well,
And then for Ted, the fact that Ted's father is in law enforcement and that he is so hardworking and everything and busy with the shop, once again, I don't see how he has time to do all this. Now, I suppose there is the possibility that, like, is he at the pharmacy buying cough syrup to drug his victim? Dun dun dun. But I just don't buy that. That there's too many. I feel like all the others have a viable alibi, and that Darren simply doesn't. Plus, I find the fact that we get information on victims from 3 of them, and then there's this odd one out, sort of raises a red flag to me. But let's keep going and find out.
gotcha. Because I'm trying to figure this out myself now. I'm just like, ooh.
But the other thing is, my guess is that whatever's going on with the kidnapping, that it's not quite the malicious thing that it seems, because these girls keep coming back unharmed. Like, is it possible that he, like, are the girls lying? Like, did the girls want to get away for a couple of days, and, like, he offered them this out, and they sort of conspired and, like, all right, I'm gonna, like, give you this little bit of opioid, I'm gonna make sure that you're left in a safe area, but just for some way for them to have, like, this excuse to be gone for 3 days. But now that, as I talk that out, that seems wrong. Like, for Jeff, is he running experiments on his potion, and maybe the girls volunteered, but at the same time that seems odd. And then there's a reason of, like, why would they then leave campus after this happens? But I don't know. I just have the feeling that this is not just simple kidnapping, that the fact that they always come back unharmed, even if there's a drug in their system, there's something hidden happening. And I get the feeling that the victims might not be victims in the traditional sense.
Yeah. You know what they say. Curiosity can be a hell of a drug. Anyways, let's continue forward now. Because for what I'm seeing is that I'm thinking is that, I mean, I was going to say, hey, what if Jeff was actually doing experiments with those girls? And maybe that's why they don't remember. Because they were potentially unconsensual volunteers.
That like, is he running trials on them? That I could see that, but once again, it feels way too obvious. And that's why I keep wanting Jeff to be a red herring, because logically speaking, that if you were to look at all the evidence of who do you expect to be the perpetrator, Jeff feels like, of course it's Jeff. He's the one who has access to these drugs. He's the one that is doing weird stuff. That he is certainly the logical conclusion. But with any good mystery writing, the obvious one is never the one that did it.
God. Yeah, it reminds me of those pup named Scooby-Doo things. Do you remember that? Do you remember that TV show?
Yep, they literally had the character, it's red herring. And Fred would always be like, it's definitely red herring. It's never red herring, except for the one time that you don't suspect red herring.
Yes, exactly. And I was going to refer to that episode. I was like, I knew it. It's like, wow. That one time when they said it wasn't red herring, it actually was red herring. Woo.
Anyways, let's continue.
Oh, man. Just imagine. It's that red herring. So, I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to keep my Fred hat on for a bit and say it's going to be Jeff. It's potentially Jeff. Because if the whole thing that it's not that they said that we're possibly dating one of them, it means Professor Garver's completely out, Chandra's completely out of it, and heck, it's not even that new girl that we just met. So it's gotta be one of those guys. Anyways, lately it's been a cloudy day after day. I was starting to think that the sun had gone on a permanent vacation. After Jeff and...
Despite the fact that it is clearly blue in the background.
No, I'm just saying because it's sunny now. Anyways,
After Jeff and Ted brought it up, I looked at this arboretum place, and it turns out to be built into the park in town. Pretty nifty. Oh. That's why I'm waiting here for Jeff to arrive. He told me today was the day and we were going to find that midnight tromba flower. I took the initiative looking that up too. It's a very distinctive flower. Petals are this groovy shade of purple, but as you go towards the edge, they fade into white. It also has the shape of like a peeled open banana peel. Don't know else how to describe it, but the petals hang off to the sides, revealing the inside where the seeds and stuff should be. Not your typical flower, but on the bright side, it shouldn't be too hard to spot. But where's Jeff? You think he'd be here since he planned it? Since he planned this and all. I shield my eyes from the sun with a hand, and oh, there he is! Found him. Jeff's coming from the entrance, and he regards me with a surprised nod.
Why, you're prompt and early today. I thought I would be the first to arrive for sure. Ooh, new outfit.
Oh yeah, it is.
Also, that is a low V-neck.
That
like,
is.
That's really low. Or maybe I'm looking at it wrong, and like the top is white and it's a blue stripe in the middle.
No, that's definitely that's
his chest.
That's definitely a half exposed chest. Whoo, man, they're really going with the fashion here, ain't they? Anyways, as they say, early bird gets the wham.
Yes, but since the midnight tromflower is our proverbial worm, let's not waste any more time. We leave immediately.
I watch as Jeff marched ahead, moving with purpose. Whoa, slow down! If you act like we got stiff competition on our hands.
I doubt it, but you don't understand, Assistant. The seconds that pass by while the flower is not in my grasp is a second of everyone's lives wasted.
I'm not going to act like that. I'm not used to Jeff's self-entitlement by now. Better get moving along before His Highness gets antsy. We head through the side of the park. There's no sign that says, "Welcome to the Arboretum," but it's obvious that when we reach it, it's like we're in a whole different place. There are way more trees here, and a small creek to the side of the well-paved asphalt path. Reeds and random species of brush poke out to anyone who's strayed too close to the sidewalk edges. But no flowers.
It doesn't appear like there are any species of flowers in this section. They must be in a different section.
Also, Mario's saying, is Jeff cribbing Eeyore from King of Fighters? He might. Gosh.
Well, no, it would be the other way around because this came out before King of Fighters, so maybe the creators of King of Fighters played Nicole.
Dude, King of Fighters was released at 94.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking the mobile game recent one. Never mind.
No, it's okay. And then Dancing Red Sox says, "No, that's an oddly low-cut shirt." Yeah, that is surprisingly low-cut. Reminds me of
Too sexy for his shirt.
Too sexy for his shirt. So sexy it hurts. Anyways. And he's not a model, but anyways. Just how big is this arboretum anyway?
I'm an alchemist, not a civil engineer. My genius is dedicated to medicines and medicines alone. But if I had to make a scientific assessment, I would say very big.
In other words, you're as clueless as me. I sigh and sag my shoulders, but it doesn't take too long for me to pep right back up. Guess that means we'll have to go exploring. Shouldn't be too hard to find, right?
It shouldn't, if Cowboy's words are to be believed.
Jeff starts off again, and it takes me a running start to catch up this time. It's not half bad walking through this place with Jeff. Whenever there is an especially neat-looking plant, he points it out and begins explaining all about it.
It's like it's a date or something!
The info he has can get way overwhelming, but I do pick up a few cool factoids. However, right as he's in the middle of explaining why those vines to the side are the color they are, Jeff spots a couple walking towards us from up ahead.
Curses.
I nearly jump. Jeez, he sounds petrified.
I take a closer look. There's nothing out of the ordinary with the guy and girl. They look like your average college students to me. Do you know these guys?
One of them. I usually don't care to remember those who bore me, but I recall that girl and I shared a class together last year. We were partners on the same lab section.
But you didn't really like her, huh?
Not a single iota.
Well, don't panic. Just do what you do best and pretend you like her. No, that's really mean. I'm sure she's a nice girl. I take a second to look at her. Dang, they're getting closer. She looks nice.
What she looks like doesn't matter. Just follow after me and maintain the ruse.
Jeff takes a second to clear his throat and then starts forward with a beaming smile. It's similar to the one he wore when he first approached me that one day. He's really good at this. It's almost like all he has to do is flip a switch. And instant Mr. Perfect. I'm a perfect human.
Hey!
The girl squeals in surprise as he spots Jeff, who called out to her. What the? This is new.
Oh yeah, I guess I am playing everyone that isn't Nicole.
Wait, didn't
hey.
didn't I voice the girl before though? Last week?
Well, yes, but that's because I was handling stuff from work.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey!
They approach each other as like it's been a million years and meet in the middle of the sidewalk.
It's been a while. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. It hasn't been that long. Just last.
My voice.
Oh shoot! Sorry.
I'm just fine, thank you. And it hasn't been that long, just last semester. Yeah, but after summer vacation, it feels like forever, don't you think?
The two of them share a laugh over this. I have to hand it to Jeff. For a moment, I believe he's actually interested in anything this girl has to say.
What brings you to the Arboretum? Taking a walk?
The girl hugs the arm of the guy, making tips of his cheekbones go red. Oh, how sweet.
Yeah, it can get pretty around this time of day. What about you? This is perfect timing. We're looking for a specific exhibit. Do you know if there are any midnight trom flowers growing in the Arboretum? Oh, yes. I'm not sure where exactly, but there's a flower garden somewhere near the back of the Arboretum. There should be some there. Ah, really? Great. Guess that's our cue to go.
Jeff points forward in a joking manner.
Thanks for the help. Have fun on your walk. I hope you find the exhibit you're looking for.
Jeff and the girl give up to parting ways before we both make off in different directions. Once we're out of earshot, Jeff groans tiredly.
Could that have been any more of a waste of time? At least I managed to procure some information out of her. She was useful for that.
That's a little mean, isn't it? She didn't seem bad.
Bad she is not, but interesting. Worth my time? That's hardly the case. I only care about making this potion, nothing more.
Jeff slyly grins at me.
Honestly, you should leave the thing to me and do your job, assistant. You allow your mind to be clouded by the most inane things.
Well, that was an interesting way. Anyways, I feel like something in my head snap as I take in what he just said. Taking a deep breath and counting to 10 is not going to work. How dare he act so condescending towards me when all I'm doing is being reasonable. Okay, you know what, Jeff? My mind isn't clouded by inane things. Unlike you, I just happen to give a hoot about other people. Say whatever you want. I'm not stupid because I want to be nice. I'm way smart enough that I can find your stupid flower on my own. I stick my tongue out at Jeff before darting on down the road ahead of him. At least I don't have to pretend to be someone in order for people to like me. Also, some pretty nice rock music's playing too. I make sure to scream that last bit before he's out of earshot. Stupid Jeff. He's lucky I'm not the type of girl to back out of commitment, or I'd be running out of this arboretum rather than farther in. From here on out, it'd be better off if we both work solo. Clearly, Jeff outgrown his Clearly, Jeff's outgrown his need for me anyway. I'm still fuming as I walk through the arboretum. I hate this. I hate being angry. Feels like I'm being sucked down into something gross and heavy. What is it that Dad used to say when you get in an argument? Try to see through the other person's shoes? Wait, no. It's step in the other person's shoes, duh. As much as I don't want to, I think about Jeff and try to get into that warped mind of his. But how am I supposed to do this if I don't even get why Jeff does half the things he does? Maybe the only reason this is happening is because we don't get each other at all. I stop walking as I get all philosophical on the hill. It's true, isn't it? I can't say I know much about Jeff. It's not like he knows that much about me. We don't hang out that often. We're not really friends. Our relationship is as professional as unofficial contract can get. And frankly, that suits us. I twist the end of my ponytail between my fingertips. How may I change that? What do we have to do in order to understand each other? I should save that for another time, possibly after I find that midnight trump flower for Jeff and apologize for yelling at him. I'm sure I said some mean things, even if he was the one who started. But hey, are those flowers over there? I can see different colors over the distance. I lift myself on my tiptoes to see Father. I'm like 95% sure those are flowers. Only problem is that the display is kind of at the bottom of this grassy incline. I look to my right. That way veers away from the flowers. I came to the left, so that's out. I guess I could just keep right and hope that I reach the flowers eventually, but I could also make my way down the slope. There's no fence or anything, but I bet that's because they don't think anyone will be dumb enough to actually try and slide it down. Wait, are we actually going to make a choice of actually choosing a step? It's not very steep, but this has to be dangerous, maybe even illegal. But if I take this way, there's a good chance that I'll get to the flower before Jeff does. If that alone is motivation enough to spur me along. Angle a foot flat, slope, and test to see if it's level enough for me to carefully step away down. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm about to fall. This will be scenic. My other foot does the same. As soon as I'm making a step, making my way down this slope. At least it's relatively short. I wouldn't be doing this if it was like a mountain. However, I don't know what happens, but my foot slips out from under me, and I barely gasp pain before I fall hard on my butt and start tumbling down the hill. I yell in panic as my vision becomes full of dust and grass. I can't see anything. It gets in my throat. It's like my lungs are on fire and I'm beat against the ground again and again. My mind is rattled. My rattled mind wonders if this will ever end. I lose the feeling in my body. I black out before I even realize that I've stopped. When I come to, I'm lying on...
Is Jeff gonna play the charming prince who rescues her here, and that's gonna be what gets their hearts aflutter?
This ain't a Disney movie, dude. Okay, when I come to, lying on my back, staring up at the sky, clear blue slowly merging with the orange near the horizon. Must be nearing late afternoon. I groan and sit up, feeling like a doll with rusty joints. I seriously hope I didn't hit my head on something. I feel around my scalp. No blood? That's a good sign. I notice there's a white bandage on my arm, however.
Finally, you're up.
My head jerks to the right. Jeff's sitting cross-legged next to me, in his hands holding a pot filled with soil with a very familiar flower. You found the midnight trompe flower. I cough harshly. My voice sounds shot, like claws against metal.
Yes, Cowboy was right when he said we could find them here. I'll have to remember to torment him less harshly next time.
He sets the pot between his legs and shuffles around so he's facing me, his voice tight like he's running out of air.
How are you feeling?
I feel like I just rolled down a hill. Jeff seems to relax as I find enough energy to crack a joke. Was he worried about me?
How fitting. That's because you did.
Imagine that. I try to laugh, but it comes out as a wheeze. It hurts to laugh. Gross. I lick around my mouth and try and get rid of that dry feeling. Why are you here? You found your flower. Aren't you wasting everyone's lives by sitting around? Jeff looks at me as I've spoken gibberish.
If I went home, I would have left you alone.
Ooh! Well, yeah, but I tried to word what I was about to say in a nicer way. I didn't think it'd be that too big of a problem for you. I pull my knees up and hug them to my chest. My body shivers a little, possibly from the trauma, but mostly because Jeff's attitude takes me completely off guard. Jeff doesn't seem too comfortable with this either, and it takes him a moment before he can find the words to speak.
In any normal case, it wouldn't be a problem. But you're my assistant, which makes me responsible for your well-being.
Aww. It's just, he'll go with that excuse. It's because you're my assistant.
It's not like I like you, Bubba Baka. It wouldn't reflect well on me if I were to... Sorry. It wouldn't reflect well on me if you were to die here. You know them. Police officers.
And, someone's father is one. Jeff flutters his lips derisively. I recognize his attempt to lighten the mood and thank him silently.
You managed to injure your arm, but I took care of that.
Yeah, I noticed. I take a look down at the bandage again. I'm no expert, but it looks like you did a really good job at this. Where'd you get the medical supplies?
I had them on my very person, naturally. Impressed?
Wow, that's just like me. I carry medical stuff around me all the time. I'm tempted to ask exactly why he keeps medical supplies for no good reason, but I chalk it up to Jeff just being Jeff.
I chalk it up to him working in a pharmacy.
I also chalk it up to saying, hey, you never know what happens if someone's gonna get hurt. But more importantly, I don't know what to say. I yelled all that mean stuff about him, and then he goes and acts totally considerate and nice. Oh! Save that. Alright. Let out the tears!
Jeff is...
Tell him thanks or let out...
vain. I feel like thanks is what he'd want, because I feel like letting out the tears would be... He'd probably consider that embarrassing, but he's vain and likes praise.
No, I'm just saying, let out the tears. Tears of joy that you saved him. Oh, Jeff, thank you. I can't do life without you, kind of thing. Here, so we'll just go with the first choice. I control myself and manage to swallow down the building pressure I can feel behind my eyes. Thanks for the help, Jeff.
It's all because I happen to benefit from this too. You survive, I keep my assistant. It's a win-win.
I suppose his priorities will never change, huh? I get to my feet and dust off the back off my shorts. Ugh, I'm gonna be sneezing for years. I can already feel it.
It could be worse. You could be dead.
And an oddly...
Okay, we probably chose the wrong one.
Well, wait. We gotta keep going just to make sure. The oddly cheerful Jeff... The oddly cheerful way Jeff points this out is kind of disturbing, but what else is new? Jeff bends over to pick up the potted flower, and I get closer for a better look. So this is the Midnight Tron flower. It's a lot prettier than it was online. Smells good too. Ah, yep, there we go. We can't. I don't think we're good. Let's go load it.
In this case, I guess it is the tears.
Oh God, there we go again with the text message. Anyways, let out the tears. I can't stop the pressure building from behind my eyes, and the tears sliding down my face before I can turn away.
Are you?
Once he realizes that, yes, I'm crying my eyes out, Jeff is completely thrown off kilter.
What's wrong? Does it hurt more than I predicted? Is my medicine defective? Oh, I knew I had I knew the recipe had kinks in it.
No, that's not it. I stop blubbering for a second and wipe my eyes with my wrist. My body shakes and I start to hiccup as I try to control myself. It just won't stop. My words can come out like blah blah. You're just really nice. I wasn't expecting it. Or maybe it was just because I fell downhill. I don't know. Thank you so much. Even though I was mean to you before, you still helped me. I'm bawling out by now, unsure what to do. Jeff uncomfortably places his hand on my shoulder, makes a gesture that makes me cry even harder. Bring out the tears!
Sure. Please, try to calm down. It's not as though I was very pleasant either. Mind you, I am never truly pleasant, but I like to think that sometimes I can be reasonable.
Yeah. Oh, this is beautiful. Anyways, Jeff slowly drags his hand to my back. I need to clip this performance that I just did. Anyways. Slowly drags his hand over my back. I can feel him rub up and down my spine. Okay.
What you said was not without merit. It is true that I can't be friends with someone unless I pretend that I am that perfect person that they imagine me to be. But no loss. I consider it as less distractions. I consider it as less distractions from completing my potion.
I choke out a laugh at his response, as predictable as it is. He can have such a one-track mind. Still, it does make me feel better that he's not completely mad at me, and that he admitted that he was in the wrong too. A few shuddering breaths is enough to calm me down. Once I'm no longer hiccuping or crying, Jeff removes his hand from my back.
All fine now?
Yeah, I'm okay. I sniff and wipe my face for one last time. I'm sure my makeup is all ruined right now. I'm sorry I blew up at you, Jeff.
No need for that. I would have left you here alone if I felt otherwise.
Jeff gets to his feet and extends a hand. He impatiently wiggles his fingers at me.
Going up?
With his help, I pull myself to my feet with a wince. The scrape of my arm stings a little, but I can feel Jeff's medicine is really doing its job. Jeff bends over to pick up the pot of flour. I get closer for a better look. Oh, yep, there we go. Now we actually found the right one. So this is the Midnight Tron flower. It's a lot prettier up close than it was online. Smells good too. Not traditionally floral, but kind of sweet in a weird way.
I concur. Luckily, the Arboretum had some of these on sale. We didn't have to go through the trouble of stealing one.
Wait, we were actually gonna steal one? I thought we were just getting the nectar or something.
Well, no, he needs the plant.
I get that. Oh, whatever. Anyways, I laughed nervously. Oh, right. I never thought how we'd get the flower if they weren't on sale, huh? It's against the law to take flowers from public places, right?
Very much so, Assistant. But we have averted that situation for the time being. We can leave the law-breaking and rule-crushing for another time.
With the pot cradled under an arm, Jeff takes a few steps ahead. He soon stops mid-step and mutters under his breath like something's wrong. Jeff turns back to me.
Do you feel well enough to move? We can wait a few minutes if you require.
The fact that he's showing concern is enough to make me ignore the dull pain I can feel all over. I beam and grab my hands behind my back. I think I'll be A-okay. It's the power of friendship! Okay. Alicia Hendricks sounds like a girl I could have related to. From what I read, she sounded smart, ambitious.
I think we've seen this scene.
And then this happened, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what's before it's too late. Yep.
Yeah, this is the one where Jeff tells us about her.
Okay.
Wait, rewind? Okay.
Okay. Doesn't seem
Didn't
like...
seem like you responded.
Makes me wonder how the abductor got their hands on her in the first place. Innocently doing homework in my room when I hear it. Go. I freeze and slowly pull my earbuds out of my ears and take a look around the small room. What was that? It sounded like something banging against the wall. Challenger's not here. Couldn't have been her. The neighbors from the next room over. Dorm room halls are notoriously thin. But no, once they see my door shaking, I feel like someone's knocking, and they really want in. I wonder who the heck it is. Coming! I hop off my bed and head over to my door opening. It's the kidnapper! The moment as the person rushes past me, I reel back moments too late to avoid them from stepping all over me.
I hope your proverbial seat is taken because I have news. Fantastic news.
Good news, everyone!
Good news, everyone.
I don't even have to look behind me to know who it is. That overly excited tone is enough to give it away. Oh, look at that nice outfit. You know, it's considered rude to barge in before you're invited. And and I have no idea why I'm telling you this because you're probably way too hyped to listen.
Niceties can slide. This is a momentous occasion. For you see, I, Jeff Ryan, have deduced the location of the second troublesome ingredient.
I raised my eyebrow a little in surprise. It hasn't been that long since we found the Midnight Tron flower. Thinking about the time it makes me grab my right arm, run my fingers over the freshly changed bandages there. I only learned how to change them because Jeff taught me. I should be able to take them off in a few days or so. So you found out where that Opuntia's thing is? Jeff nods eagerly.
Yes, I don't know how I overlooked it. All I had to do was search online, like what you do when your phone. Like what you do on your phone when you think I'm not paying attention.
Oh, I know he can see me, but a girl can only listen to someone go on and on before she gets bored. Still, I play it up humbly. Whoops. But that's all it took? Seriously? I could have done that! Jeff wags a finger at me as if I'm still getting ahead of myself.
Learning about the Opuntia was the simple task. It is the fruit born of the cactus, by the way.
Why not just call it a cactus fruit, then?
That would be way too simple. Hardly becoming of the past alchemists that came before me.
Wouldn't that be better than being unnecessarily hard? I want to ask Jeff that, but I get a feeling it just rain on his parade. Anyway, if Opuntia is cactus fruit, we can buy it somewhere, right?
Incorrect. Opuntia is such a rare and troublesome ingredient that supermarkets and the like rarely have them in stock. But
that is one big but. Jeff pronounces this but with an exaggerated tone of voice someone uses before boasting. Like I said, a big but.
It so happens that a certain restaurant in town serves cactus fruits on their menu.
I swear if it's the freaking disco club.
Not alone, mind you, but still, it shouldn't be too difficult to pick out the pieces and save them.
Okay, so all we have to do is buy whatever it is that has a cactus fruit and take it home. That's easy.
Not exactly.
Nervously, Jeff adjusts the color of his shirt.
Oh, I think you're right. Remember how I said Opuntia is a rare and troublesome ingredient?
Uh-huh. Oh. It should have been obvious from a mile away. This restaurant you're talking about, it's a real fancy one, isn't it? Oh, no.
Yes, the type of high-class restaurant that doesn't provide takeout. In order for us to obtain some pieces of Opuntia, we would have to go there and dine like regular patrons.
I don't know if I can afford that kind of place, Jeff. I already have enough trouble budgeting as it is.
Do not worry, Assistant. I doubt it will be that expensive, though I have no data to support my claim. If it comes down to it, I will cover you.
Wow. I stand in surprise. Is he serious? I don't know how much this restaurant would cost to eat at, but it can't be cheap. Jeff, no. I can pay for myself, promise. I mean, we haven't even seen the prices yet. It's too early to be wigging out about money.
Certainly so. However, I had planned on going to that restaurant tonight.
Tonight? Sorry. Wait, tonight? Go into the restaurant. Oh, I was gonna be like, okay, so remember that scene from SpongeBob where Squilliam goes, tonight? Tonight? That's right. Okay.
No time to dally.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, gotta make that potion, blah, blah, blah. I look over my book and an MP3 player on my bed. Man! My notebook is still left open to the page I was working on. I never thought I'd be saying this, but I don't know if I can go tonight. Sorry, I have homework to do. I shouldn't put it off. I brace myself, expecting Jeff to launch into some tirade on about how I'm the assistant and I should do what he says. He doesn't do that. Jeff grows silent, and I watch, oddly surprised by how he seems to think of alternate times.
When will you be free then?
How about tomorrow? It's Friday, right before the weekend, so it's perfect to stay out late.
Excellent, excellent. It will do.
Oh snap, we're going on a date in a fancy restaurant. First it's a date on the disco club, and now we're going on a date in the fancy restaurant. Huh, makes me wonder what would Darren's and Kurt's dates be? I should look into that later.
Kurtz is probably going to a game somewhere.
Okay.
Darren's is probably something more subdued, like maybe actually a date in the Arboretum. I'll see myself out. Goodbye, assistant.
Wait, did he really wish me goodbye? The only time I hear that is when Jeff is faking nice. What's going on with him? Uh-oh. Let's go. Ask about it or bluntly point it out?
Ask about it.
Wait, before you go, can I ask what's up with you lately?
What's up with me?
You're acting different. Not bad different, but different.
So, nice different.
I didn't say that, but yes, it's nice different. I smile and cross my arms in front of my chest. Before, you would barely take my word into account. I was half expecting you to blow up at me and whatnot and ask to reschedule.
Ah, I see. Sure, it is annoyingly inconvenient to have to wait another day, but if it's what you require, I've decided to be more responsive to your needs.
Oh, that's really cool of you, Jeff. Thank you. Hey, you make me sound like some kind of house pet. Hey! We're down to 85 now.
I'm sure you would be a popular one, such as a cat or a guinea pig. Anyway, as I was saying, I'll be leaving now. Tomorrow evening, you shall find the wait, go back. Wanna reread that one? Messed up there. Anyway, as I was saying, I'll be leaving now. Tomorrow evening, we shall find the Opuntia. Be ready.
I'll be ready, Freddy! You're totally not red herring. Hey, you're totally red herring, I'm sorry. Once the door slams closed behind Jeff, I head back to my bed I head back to my bed to get back to my homework. However, my mind's racing around so fast that I can barely concentrate on what I was doing. So tomorrow it'll just be me and Jeff at a nice restaurant together? Does that mean it's a date? I grit my teeth and grab my pillow tight to my chest. Don't get me wrong, I'm not repulsed by the idea, but oh, it's so weird. We're only friends. Can we even be called friends? Wasn't there a Vocaloid song called Just Friends? Anyways.
I do not listen to much Vocaloid music, so I don't know.
Anyways, well, I think so. I'm one of the few who know about his secret self. He's becoming nicer to me. I know way more about him than anyone else. I stop. Is that really saying anything? It's not like I know that much about him. And it was only recently that I decided to change that. An idea hits me. Maybe I can use this to get to know more about him. This is such a good idea. I could scream! We're going to be eating at a restaurant anyway. Might as well make some small talk while we're at it. If this works out, I'll know more about him than anyone. I grin eagerly at the thought. Maybe this could be a step forward to getting Jeff to open up to other people too. I spend the rest of my day buried in my book and notes. Before I know it, tomorrow rolls along. I spend the time in class completely distracted, more absorbed in what the heck I was going to wear for my high class night. I think I have something nice in my closet, but oh man, I hope I do. I don't want to look like a total wreck in front of Jeff. I mean, in public. Oh, it's the same thing.
Wait a minute. Get John Cena ready just in case.
No, she's already dressed. No, she's already dressed though. See? Eventually I settle on... I was going to say eventually I settle on a dark blue maxi dress. Shoulders look a little bare with just that on. So I decided to wear a white open blouse over it too. Yeah, this is the one she wore at the disco date, didn't she? The design is totally made for layering. Kind of inconvenient to wear on its own, but hey, I look hot. As I do my makeup, I check my phone as I have precariously perched over to the sink and check the time. Okay, good. I have a whole hour left until Jeff wanted to meet. I can finish up my makeup, hook my way over to the front gate, and then we're off to our cactus fruit hunt. It sounds like an awful lot of work just for that. Yeah, it won't kill me. Eating at a fancy restaurant sounds like it'll be a fun experience. And if I'm being completely honest, I'm probably missing this whole arrangement I'll probably miss this whole arrangement once this is all over.
It's admittedly been troublesome this time, but I was never bored. I get to the school gate 15 minutes early, but Jeff is surprisingly already there, probably to make up for being second to the park last time. Wow, hey there, handsome. I know Jeff's styles always lean toward the formal side, but dang, he can really rock a suit. He has an entirely brown ensemble, dress shirt, slacks, tie, blazer, the whole shebang. I feel like I'm seeing a whole new side of him. You look great. I love your tie. It's neat. Jeff proudly adjusts the knot of said neat tie.
Oh, this? I have several ties. Formal wear is the look of an alchemist. I have the look of an alchemist. Formal wear is the look of a scientist, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, alchemists wear red coats and metal arms. I guess it's stuffy enough. The look on Jeff's face makes me giggle. I'm kidding, I agree, don't worry. What about me, though? Don't I look fabulous? I jokingly spin in place to show up my clothes. Not that I expect a serious answer from Jeff. That's what makes his response all the more surprising.
Assistant, you look marvelous tonight.
Judging from his smiles enough to tell he's being sincere, I giggle sheepishly, taking in the praise. Anyway, if we're both looking good, I'd say we're ready to go. Lead the way.
Gladly. After you.
Jeff sweeps an arm to gesture in front of him. Then we begin walking in step on our way into town. Ooh! Look at that side aquarium! The Friday night crowd is made up of students from school and older adults. Jeff and I stick out a little in our formal wear, but as we get closer to the fancy restaurant, we start to see more people dressed like us. We actually see tons of people dressed similarly to us. Don't tell me they're all waiting for a chance to eat here. Jeff furrows his brow and looks around the filled waiting area.
Stay here. I'll see how long the wait time is.
Sure, but don't make the wait too long. I look like I was stood up. Jeff purses his lips at my choice of priorities, but nods as he makes his way to the restaurant. Ooh. It takes about 10 minutes for Jeff to make his way back, and it doesn't look like he has some good news.
Let's talk somewhere else.
He gently grabs the crook of my arm and steers me away from the crowd of people. Yep, someone doesn't want to be overheard using his mean voice. It's not until we're at the movie theater near the restaurant that Jeff stops us. Nobody's around. They're probably all inside. How bad is it?
A 2-hour wait bad.
Ooh! Dang, not even Olive Garden is that bad. I suck my air between my teeth. Dang, that's a really long time to wait for some cactus fruit.
I know.
Huh, is that all he's gonna say? No lecture on why he's waiting for this fruit to be a necessary no lecture on why waiting for this fruit is a necessary sacrifice? How our blood, sweat, and tears will pave the way to success?
I'm not so sure if waiting that long is worth it, but my potion demands it. However, Assistant, I don't require you to be here anymore if that's the case.
What? Why? Jeff goes silent. He avoids my gaze for a few moments.
There's no need for me to elaborate. An assistant must always follow the order of her superior.
I pout a little at Jeff. Why is he doing this? And then it hits me. Maybe then it hits me. Jeff's trying to send me home so I don't waste my time waiting for this cactus fruit. And if he is, that's so incredibly thoughtful of him. Stubbornly, I place my hands on my hips and give Jeff a look that says, I'm not going. I'm not that good of an assistant, sorry. I take a seat on a nearby bench and cross my legs. If you're staying, I'm staying. That's how it's gonna work. Jeff responds with my stubbornness with a shake of his head and moves over to stand by my side without putting up a fight. Haha, looks like I'm getting better at persuading him. They gave you one of those beeper things, right? Jeff holds up a blank disc in his hand. There's a red glow coming from inside, and an advertisement for one of the restaurant's drinks printed in the middle. Kind of reminds me of a fat, fancy coaster.
This machine will vibrate and emit obnoxious music when our turn has come up.
When I'm feeling lonely. Okay, sorry. 2 hours from now, I sigh and slump in my seat. This is going to be a long time to wait. Little did I know how awkward it was going to be, too. We spent the first half hour Awkward silence. It gets to a point where I almost whip out my phone to zone out on roller. If everything had gone according to plan, I would be getting to know Jeff more over by dinner now. I know we're not
2 hours later.
I know we're not technically eating, but this silence is going to kill me. Jeff looks as he hears me speak up.
Physically impossible, but I fully agree with your hyperbole.
Right, seat your butt, Jeff. I slap the seat next to me on the bench. We're having us a conversation. Jeff smirks and gracefully drops himself next to me.
I see nothing wrong with that. This could be an excellent chance. Ooh, that's a typo.
Excellent change.
Yeah, an excellent chance to find. Yeah, no. This could be an excellent chance to finally discuss the finer points of.
Nope. I quickly reach out and press a finger against his lip. I hold out my other hand in much my own. I hold my other hand to my own in much the same way. Once Jeff shows no signs of immediately continuing, I return my hands to my lap. The only rule is that from here on out, talking about alchemy is off limits.
Off limits? What could you possibly expect me to talk about then?
Your feelings! I want you to talk about yourself and your feelings! Jeff tilts his head.
I don't understand the scientific relevance of this.
There's nothing scientifically relevant about it, but honestly, I want to know more about you, Jeff. I look down and stare at my knees. I'm not sure if I can keep looking right at him if I continue. It's just kind of embarrassing. We spent all this time together, but it's like I don't know you. You can't be all about alchemy all the time. So I don't care what it is. Anything you want to tell me is fine, like your favorite food, or your favorite color, or hobbies, music taste. I shrugged, figuring Jeff had gotten the point. I don't want to force you if you don't really want to. I know you're not really used to being that open about what you really like. Jeff nods.
It would take me only 4.57 seconds to tailor a response to appeal to your personal likes. However, to speak about the things I truly do enjoy.
He goes silent as he contemplates whether to go along with it. I hope he does. I want to show him how easy it is to be himself.
I know you said the topic was forbidden, but allow me to bring up alchemy for just this one instance. There is a law which all alchemists go by, equivalent exchange. You can only produce an amount equal to what you supply. What I mean to say is that if I answer questions, I expect an equivalent exchange of information in return.
Ooh, I'm starting to get what's going on here now. It's like they get to share. Are you saying you want to know about more? You want to know more about me too?
Precisely.
Don't give up an arm or a leg for this jacket. Nah, don't worry. Oh, okay, that's fine.
I look up to Jeff and tell if he's being serious or not. It doesn't look like he's joking. My lips stretch out into a smile before I can help myself. I don't know why, but knowing that Jeff is interested in getting to know me too makes me happy. Then I can tell you everything you want to know, except my sizes.
Very well. Who should start?
That's actually a really good question. Don't start with my sizes. Oh, I think we're about to do a choice here. Who should start, Jeff or I? Oh, time to save!
I think we go first.
I go first. Okay. Beep beep. I go first. And show you how to do it?
Oh, never mind. Go back, go back, go back.
Abort! 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 I've never seen such abortion. Oh god, here we go again. Jeez, that ghost hand.
I asked you first, that means you have to go first.
Sure, okay.
Yeah, fine.
Acceptable. What is it you wish to know?
I come up with a list of basic questions in my head, the ones you'd ask someone if you met them at a social gathering for the first time. Where are you from?
Florida.
Oh my gosh, he's a Florida man.
Florida man creates love potion.
Imagine that headline. Florida man creates love potion. That would sell off. Keep him away from the bath salts. Funny enough, isn't salt also one of the ingredients for the love potion?
I think it might have been.
Oh god, he's just just anything weird. He's a walking headline. This game has gotten oddly handsy. Yes. Oh, from what area? In-state.
Isn't that irrelevant? Answering with the state alone still provides an adequate answer.
No, when you say, what part of Jersey are you from? Are you from north or south? I say mid. What's mid? That's basically what's gonna happen there. Anyways. Wow, I'd say you totally suck, but you're doing a pretty good job of being yourself. Who else would Jeff would point out the validity of one simple, curious question? Fine, you're from here. That's cool. I'm from all the way from the West Coast, California. Now it's your turn to ask something.
I think I've got one. Tell me about your family.
Okay, how are we gonna explain that? Oh, really? She actually goes with that. Oh, that's surprisingly normal coming from Jeff. I was expecting a question that was more out there. My family is pretty easy to describe. I have a dad, a mom, a little brother. My mom and brother are back in California, and my dad's here in Florida. He lives a town away.
Why do your mother and father live separately?
They're separated. They're on good terms. They're on good terms, though they weren't always. I chuckle derisively as the next thought pops into my mind. It's not something I'd easily tell anyone. I do kind of miss having, like, a real family sometimes, but they're happier this way, so I'm happy for them.
That's almost disgustingly noble of you.
I lower my eyelids as Jeff sneers at me. Oh, shut up. What about you? What's your family like?
I can describe mine as simply as you can. Only my grandparents raised me. My poor mother must have thought that raising a child would impede her horrible lifestyle. She decided that leaving me with her parents would solve that problem.
Wow! God, that's really sad. Oh. What can you even say to something like that?
Don't be fooled into thinking I'm trying to win your sympathy. Perhaps if my mother did take me with her, that would be the case, but I ended up living far better with my grandparents.
Yes, indeed. He's probably yeah, because he's a genius. He's a guy that's trying to help the world with a love potion for some reason. But jeez, man. Whoo, man, that mother. Whoo, that mother. Anyways.
They were very kind to me, even though I was my mother's mistake. I knew that, and I didn't want to...
Oh! Wait, is she like one of those mothers, those people that actually, like, played around, got pregnant, and even though she wasn't supposed to at an early age kind of thing?
Mm-hmm. We'll let him tell us.
Well, I knew that, and I didn't want to... Jeff stops and widens his eyes like he just realized something.
Is that how it began?
Is that how what began?
I've always wondered when I first developed a habit of catering my personality to another. Talking about my grandparents now made me realize it must have started with them. As a child, I did not want to do anything to displease them. They were kind enough to take me in. I decided to watch what they liked and respond in kind. And I eventually ended up doing it like it was second nature to me.
Oh, okay. So that's where the fake personality was built. Oh, wow. Oh, so it's because you wanted to be the best you could be for your grandparents that you started putting on this fake personality.
And I ended up doing that for all interpersonal relationships. How strange. You would think I would have figured it out by now.
Maybe you just had to wait for the right person to open up. I grinned and pointed at myself. But I doubt anyone else would mind if you acted the way you really were, especially your grandparents. You're not a bad person, you're just different.
Isn't that still an insult?
I meant it as the best compliment I could think of. Jeff bursts out laughing so loudly that I blushed. It wasn't that funny.
I see. However, that's not happening anytime soon. Not unless everyone became more like you, Assistant.
Annoying and pushy?
As well as easy to talk to and amusing.
I don't know whether to frown because Jeff agreed or to blush because he complimented me. I do a weird mix of both.
You're making a strange face.
That's all your fault. Jeff shrugs and looks down at his watch to try and check the time. No.
How much time have we killed so far?
I check my phone for the time too and frown at what I see. Just a half hour.
An hour to go, then.
Jeez, Jeff, I'm sorry, but isn't there an easier way to find the cactus fruit? With my phone, I already figured out there's no harm doing a web search of my own. Come on, Internet, don't fail me now. Though I do have to say, let's put this on a cliffhanger because we're reaching 9:57 on my end.
Yeah.
So let's.
Well, I feel like this is about to hit a resolution for the scene, so let's see if we can't ride the scene out potentially. But if it looks like it's going to keep going, then we'll stop.
Results immediately. Pull up the term for cactus fruit, and I thumb down the list to try and find something relevant. Hey, there's something interesting. Did you know that you can also call Opuntia prickly pears? Hey, did you say that earlier?
Yes, because I also did a web search. I was honestly surprised that Jeff hadn't done one himself.
I squint at my phone as I read the next sentence. Actually, that's the name they're best known as. Would searching for that term work better? I input into my phone and wait for the results to pop up. Jeff. I turn to show him and show him my phone. Did you know that you can buy prickly pear jam in this hipster supermarket we have here in town? Jeff quickly goes over to my screen with his eyes wide open as he sees I'm completely serious.
That is vastly cheaper and more efficient.
The two of us lock eyes, probably having the same idea. You should probably give him back the beeper.
I would, but I honestly don't care to.
Jeff tosses the beeper into the bench and then takes my hand and pulls me to my feet.
To the hipster supermarket, Assistant. Da-la-la-la-la.
Won't they think it's weird we're all dressed fancy like this? Last of my question scatters into the air as Jeff starts pulling me behind him.
They're hipsters. We're dressed normally. No matter, just think of it as one extravagant shopping trip.
You say that, but you're not the one who has to move around in heels! Even as I say that, I'm laughing behind Jeff's wake. I guess I've been through worse.
Okay, yeah, that's the scene.
Alright, that's it. We
Yeah,
did.
because I could tell it was like, we're past the big point in this conversation, so it has to be, nearing the resolution. But yeah, so that's interesting, seeing where this all is going with Jeff, that it's the type of thing that just as we keep going, it keeps making me think, all right, is this, just more of a red herring? Is he the actual one? I don't know. But Jeff is still as fun as he always was.
Yes, and oh man, that scene of it's like, Jeff, we have a fancy restaurant to go to. And then a simple Google search could have been like, we could just buy it at the store.
I admit that feels out of character for him. In that, he's a smart guy. He should have thought of just doing a flippin' Google search. But I think the reasoning there is he wanted to go on a date with Nicole, and he saw the opportunity of this fancy restaurant can be my excuse. Even if he didn't want to admit it to himself, that he went through that as an attempt to, go on a date with her.
Or, he was just so busy he didn't consider the internet and just relied on his books and research. I could see that. But again, we have to... Yeah, because there are people who don't really fully understand the power of the internet as we do today. Even if it was...
I feel like in 2013 people understood the power of the internet.
You haven't seen the people I've met then. Ooh. Some people actually don't even say Google that yet. But anyways, but I'm just saying, man, it is possible that it's either A, your theory that he tried to do a date idea, or B, he was so immersed in that he didn't even bother doing further research on the internet. Either way, we actually had quite an interesting date scene that didn't involve fancy eating, surprisingly. I was expecting and interestingly, a background only that, surprisingly, like, the new background of that fancy restaurant wasn't really used that much compared to the disco club.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll end up back there again.
Maybe, might end up being a date, for real. But for now, we are basically finished with this episode, and we're reaching down to September, and heck, you know what? If we finish everything, and since we're getting close, we might actually reach the climax for both by the time it reaches October. But for now, let's put our end. And Joel, if you'd like to, please put in your closing comments.
Yeah. As always, thank you very much for tuning in. Digital Era Entertainment has content going most days of the week. Under normal circumstances, we would be having D-Kai, our weekly anime podcast, tomorrow, but we are taking a week off because we are having our episode as part of Virtual Crunchyroll Expo. We are going to be having the panel at 12:15 p.m. Pacific Time, 3:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And just go to crunchyrollexpo.com. You can register for a free badge and tune in to our episode. And this will actually be our first episode where we have video. It's normally a audio-only podcast, but for the panel, we obviously wanted to actually, have the face-to-face for everything. So do tune in. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Mario Bueno, the founder of Digital Era Entertainment, is actually one of the hosts of Crunchyroll Expo, so he'll be doing things throughout the weekend, doing interviews, and he's also one of the hosts of Crunchyroll Hime's Cosplay Cup, the virtual cosplay contest that they're doing. So tune in throughout the weekend to see him and all the fun stuff that he's involved with. Past that, we're Joel and RJ. We're here on Thursdays from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and as always, stay safe, stay sane, stay informed, and you can get education, resources, and support for... hi, John Cena.
Oh, wait, you're
gonna... John Cena, why are you there? There we go. Anyways, you can go to blacklivesmatters.carrd.co for education, resources, and support. Black Lives Matter, and we want to make sure that people are able to get educated. So, once again, be safe, be sane, be educated, and we will see you here next time.
Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us across social media for updates. Thanks for watching!